little town of Bethlehem. I don't know the rest of the song. My name is Al.
My name's Joe.
And with us today is...
Kat.
That's Kat, the lovely Kat Capozzi, my wife. And tonight, the three of us together are known as...
Kind of right.
How about that?
Usually fucking wrong, but kind of right.
And I'm going to tell you right now, the chances of us being wrong more often than not over the next 2 hours have increased.
Sometimes drunk, usually wrong. Although, did you hear the news today?
What about Mike Flynn? That's the story of the day. And if that's not, that already tells you how small a story Michael Flynn is. But what story are you talking about?
Matt Lauer, they found fucked a dog.
I mean, I believe it because I wasn't talking about Matt Lauer, and it seemed like just more. He literally stuck his cock in a dog, is what you're saying.
Well, it's what I'm saying, but
okay.
It's a lie.
See?
It's a lie.
How willing I am to believe you at all times.
I know.
I hate when you toy with my emotions.
Although Matt Lauer's wife left him.
I did. I wanted to talk about that, and she was from Holland. Remember, I didn't realize she was from the Netherlands because they said she's going back home to Holland. But she brought.
Is she Hollish?
She's Dutch. She brought.
You should be Hollish if you're from Holland.
She brought 14-year-old Romy Lauer.
Yeah.
And 11-year-old Thijs, which I remember I said I thought maybe that was a Dutch name. I guess it is because that mom's Dutch. She brought them with her to fucking Amsterdam.
Hey, typical broad, huh? As soon as the money runs out, they're gone.
No,
what a fucking whore.
I know, right?
Doesn't stand by her man.
Oh, and by the way, 16-year-old Jack Matthew Lauer.
Who's that? Oh,
is still son? Yeah, he's still here. He's up at he'll remain up at prep school. But she brought the other. Hey Matt, how's Christmas looking this year, buddy?
Yeah, it's a bad Christmas.
Yep.
Hey, now do you think does Matt Lauer have kids from all the same woman? Or?
Yeah, because he was a long time. Now, Matt Lauer is still relatively young. He's only a couple years older than you. I think he's 58, 59. He ain't 60.
59.
We'll
don't be saying a couple years. I'm 54, not 59.
I know. I always think of you as a little older than that. I don't know why.
Oh,
you're like the big brother I never had, Joe, which I guess doesn't matter.
That's a sad fucking thing.
Sad state of affairs.
if I'm like the big brother you never had.
So anyway, Matt Lauer's not 60.
You didn't get the abusive big brother you didn't get when you were a kid?
Yeah, believe me, my brothers didn't have an abusive big brother. I can think of one time I beat on Paul being and I was just being a dick. Other than that, we always get it. And the one time I tried to beat on Dave, he fucking just dusted me. And we didn't fight until we were teenagers either. You know what I mean? We never fought when we were little guys. We all got along. We were best buddies.
Well,
plus you kind of had that type of dynamic. I mean, obviously it's sisters, so it's different. But you guys were like bang, 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 bang as far as years go, right? It was like 4 years and fucking 5 or 6 years, 7 years.
I think so. Well, and if you include Christopher, my dead retarded kid,
right? That's 5 years in like
I think we were all
6 years. I'm sorry. Are you the oldest? Was Chris younger than you? I forget.
Yes. Chris was the middle. Older than Nancy, younger than Leslie.
Yeah, he was 67, I believe. That's right. Oh, no, he might not have been because your sister was born. Nancy was early in 68.
Leslie was 64. I'm 63. Leslie's 64.
Yeah. 19, by the way, not in case people are wondering. 1963, 1964. Yep. Good.
Well, it wouldn't be 2064 or 1864.
No, I meant as far as you're not 64 years old, you're not 63.
Oh, well, that is true. Well, yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I don't remember when his birthday was.
I forget how we got there.
He's dead, though.
Who?
My brother.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
We
might not have talked about that on the air, but I know that.
I think he's wicked fucking dead. Like, dead.
Yeah. It's been... Shit, has it been 5 years already? Not quite.
I don't know.
I don't.
I wish I had more information because it sounds like I'm not a caring person, but he just wasn't part of my life, so it's not that. Well, so it's not a hurtful topic.
So just fill it in the blanks then for everybody else.
Well, I had a brother that was born with severe cerebral palsy,
right,
and he was in the house for a very short time, and then he was institutionalized. And
he was basically never at home from a year old on, would you say, or was it less than
I don't even know if he made it a year.
Yeah.
So he was out of the house when we were real little.
Yep.
And That's it. So it's
and then you saw him once in a while on holidays or birthdays.
We visited, once or twice a year for a while, and then my mother just went and visited, and that was kind of it,
Yeah.
So it's never been like it's not like, I had a brother that was, we were best friends until 20, and he got hit by a bus, and now he's fucking retarded.
And what little you know or remember about CP, I'm not talking about him having CP, but I'm sure you've read up on it a little bit because that's how you are, is someone who has, I know, like Christopher, I know his physical plant was knurled and wacky, but what are people in that condition? Do they have minds that are? Is it one of these deals where their body is fucked and their mind is okay, or is their mind
what typically happens?
Okay,
now he would light up when he saw my mother, and for whatever reason, he had this gigantic black cock that worked. So as soon as he came in, my mother went in there.
Why's it always got to be a black cock, man?
It was, he'd get excited, and then the black cock would just go crazy.
It would appear though. Would it fucking make its presence known? Not just a bulge, but
just it would rip through pants.
Oy vey, it's mere.
So he might not have had muscles, but he had a tremendously strong black cock.
Okay.
Somebody took our. We talked about black cock and how there's no black people that are offended about that.
Yeah.
And I saw a stand-up comic use that the other night. Stole our line.
I think I might have stole it from him. Who was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I might have stole that.
It's kind of like...
I'm unashamed about stealing bits and fucking ideas, by the way. I don't care. No one's going to sue me. If it's funny, I'm fucking stealing it.
You know the adage...
once you go black, you never go back.
No. Smart people borrow, and tremendously smart people steal.
Yeah, right. Well, there it is.
Something on that line.
Hence my whole adult life.
I guess Lauer isn't going to get paid.
Oh, well, he shouldn't. Fuck him. He got fired. You don't get fucking paid after you get fired. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's some clause in there that says,
well, it's a
if it turns
clause.
out you fucking fingered somebody, you're not getting paid. Fuck off. Fuck him. It's a private company.
And I guess there's a big... Did you read that to-do about... Michael Moore was making a documentary about Trump with the Weinstein Company.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. That is an interesting angle.
So apparently... I don't know. The Weinstein Company, they gave him $2 million out of a pledge $6 million, and they just want the money back.
So what's pledge $6 million again?
$6 million.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
$6 million they pledged. So I don't understand, and I guess they have control, and they can do whatever they want with the.
Is that because the wait a minute? So the Weinstein Company is being dissolved.
I think it's being sold.
So all of their projects have just been halted.
I don't know that.
So if Michael got money up front, he gets to keep that.
Actually, the article didn't make much sense because it's like they wanted the money back. Now, I don't know.
The money back.
Yes.
How about fuck off? Fuck off, Michael. So you ain't getting any more money.
I either didn't read the article correctly, but it was like they wanted the money back from Michael Moore for some reason.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to give it back, of course. But then they're not going to give him the... Maybe it's one of those deals where they have the right to release it, they own the intellectual property, and give us $2 million, or we're going to put it in a warehouse.
Is it in the can, so to speak? Do you know that?
I believe so.
It was ready to go?
It's all been shot.
So it's just been bad timing for old Michael.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, fuck off, Michael. You're a fucking pig. I hate you.
He's not a documentarian.
Well, that's how he's made his money with the whole Roger and me thing.
Well, if he would just say that he's a partisan.
I think he admits he's a partisan.
It's more than that. If you go around and cherry pick the best things that each country has, and then you say America's bad because we don't have this. Well, the French people have great food at school lunch, apparently.
Oh, really?
But then they
got good food,
tend to
period.
surrender really quick when the Germans come marching in. So
yeah, they're good at cooking. They're not good at being, an army type situation.
And 10,000 people died. Remember a while ago it got really hot there in the summer and 10,000 people died?
In France?
Yeah.
Well, because they don't have fucking air conditioning in Europe, for Christ's sake.
Right.
You figure they would. It's a modern place.
10,000 people in one summer died in Paris.
It's the continent that air conditioning forgot. I wrote a lengthy
Are you serious
essay
about that?
Joe.
I mean, I've never been. So
the last time I was there was 6 years ago. That ain't that fucking long ago, all right? And I've been there a dozen times.
What do you mean they don't have air conditioning?
They don't have fucking air conditioning over there. You can't. They don't have fucking air conditioning anywhere.
Like in Europe?
You can buy a fucking air conditioner and plug it in, but electricity's so ridiculously. The utilities over there are 3 times what we pay. By the way, if you got a fucking $500 a month fucking bill here, you got a $1,500.
Oh well, yeah, that's the
It's
old.
the same thing with gas.
Everything's
right?
taxed.
Gas,
to fucking
gas,
hell.
Gas is only $2.50. By the way. Can you imagine? It's only $2.50 a gallon. We're all used to it. You know what I mean? And how crazed we got when it got over $2.50. It probably should be
$2.50 a gallon or a liter? Because they do it by the liter.
Yeah, but what I'm saying here is it's $2.50 here, which means it's $7.50 a gallon there, and then whatever the liter price is.
Okay, I got you.
I'm just telling you. I make the. They don't sell it by the gallon there. You're right. They sell it by the liter. But what I'm telling you is the way the math works out, it's 3 times as expensive for the same volume unit. You know what I'm saying?
What do you want to talk about?
Well, we're talking.
Well, I know that, but I feel like I've kind of, I might have robbed you of
absolutely not
some topics. Did you read anything about this Flynn thing?
That was my first thing I wanted to talk about, but we'll get there.
Well, why don't you get into that? So I'm going to be going to get a beer and some coffee.
All right. So
us off on that.
All right.
Cat, say something, would you? So we know you're not dead.
Keep talking into the microphone, baby.
I didn't even say anything yet.
Yeah, you haven't said anything yet. That's all right. So
you don't have to if you're shy.
You see what a mental patient he is, by the way? We're sitting here rapping.
Yeah.
We could have just kept going. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Let's talk about what you want to talk about. It's like, I am talking about what I want to talk about.
No, I'm just trying not to be rude.
We'll get there. So anyway, as you know, Michael Flynn, the former National Security Advisor, and it turns out that in the time between Trump getting elected and getting in there, well, it turns out he talked to some Russian people, and basically what they were trying to make sure was that the Russians wouldn't get crazed about anything until the fucking boys got in there and were gonna make some deals. And basically what they were telling them was, Russia, even though Obama hates you, and this is all separate from the whole Russia interfering with the election thing, by the way. This is different. So it's about diplomacy, this whole thing. But I'll tell you right now, it's such a fucking non-story, believe it or not. And this guy, you know what the deal is. This guy pled guilty today to lying to the FBI. By the way, out of all the things that they got him for, they could have got him for, they got him for lying. Big deal.
Usually, that's
big
like
deal.
9 out of 10 FBI cases are perjury.
They got him for lying, which, by the way, isn't that bad a thing. And even if it does turn out that he does time for it because he's looking at 5 years, if he gets bagged for lying, well, how credible of a witness is he going to be on the stand against the president if they ever fucking bring? You know what I mean? He's a known liar.
There was also something that was on the Drudge Report that I read because I believe he did it yesterday.
What?
He admitted to lying.
No, he got fingerprinted and fucking.
But he's gonna be cooperating, and I guess part of his deal is that someone else has to go to jail.
He got booked yesterday, okay?
In order for him
to is that
get
the deal? Well, who said that? That's not how is that? That's not necessarily part of the deal. Someone's going to jail, and he's going to jail.
Somebody's got to go to jail.
But he's included in that somebody. It's not somebody else. If it has to be him, he's the one who's going to go to jail.
Someone's going to jail.
Yeah, and it's going to be him.
It's in his best interest if
he
doesn't want to go to jail.
not a big deal. Do you understand what I'm saying? All you people whose fucking panties are fucking moist right now about Trump's inner circle.
Well, it's a
getting
big deal
back.
for Flynn.
It's not a big deal for President Trump.
No,
it's
I don't.
Nothing.
I don't think it is because I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any collusion.
Now,
it's all bullshit.
It does right. There's no collusion. It does call this character Jared Kushner's behavior into question a little bit. But hey, that's why you put That's why there's layers, everybody. And I'll tell you what, Jared Kushner ain't doing no time either. So don't get your fucking hopes up, Dan. You know who I'm talking about.
He's very stealthy, that Jared Kushner.
Well, he's smart. He comes from a long line of fucking. Don't they do real estate also? His family.
Yeah.
They're like two real estate fucking heir and heiresses that are married there.
But I mean, he's a bright guy. He bought a newspaper.
Young guy too. He's not even 40.
Yeah. Well, his dad went to jail. Chris Christie prosecuted his father.
Oh wow.
Put him in jail. He was, I don't know, one of those deals, tax cheat or something.
So this is pre-Governor Chris Christie when he was
an
U.S. Attorney General or the Attorney General of New Jersey.
I believe he was a U.S. Attorney General.
For New Jersey.
He was a U.S. Attorney.
In New Jersey.
Or the USAG in New Jersey.
That's okay.
And he
it wasn't in New Jersey.
And that's kind of why I thought that Christie didn't get a job in the administration, but that's not true. Turned out, because if you saw the Steve Bannon interview, he didn't get a job because Bannon said, "We're all getting on the plane. Whoever's on the plane is with us, and whoever isn't on the plane ain't." And Christie didn't get on the plane.
I didn't see that. Could he have?
Oh yeah.
He was on the tarmac.
Like they were going to go down and do their when Trump did that marathon. A bunch of events like the last day.
Yeah.
Like you could have got on that. Christie could have been there with him. And he decided not to because that was shortly after the whole pussy grabbing thing. And,
right.
You know what I mean?
I think that Donald Trump actually likes Chris Christie. And I think
he does too.
I think Christie likes Trump, actually. I think that they get along. By the way, I think Chris Christie's a talented guy. I do. I think he's obviously...
He is very talented.
He's, obviously got personal issues, like we all do. We all got personal issues, but that doesn't make him not a talented guy, Maybe he's not presidential, but, I hope... Is he working? Do you know if he's working right now? Is he practicing law? Oh, I thought he was out. I'm sorry. Is he still governor?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm an idiot. Is he working? What a fucking
Is he
moron.
Working?
I thought he wasn't governor.
Sometimes
anymore.
I wonder if you're fucking with me.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. No, that was me just being brain dead. I thought he wasn't working anymore.
Not that you should know who's governor of every
No,
state.
I should, though, because I used to be able to do that big shit. So anyway, by the way, no big deal. Michael Flynn's probably going to do a year, 18 months or something like that. He's going to take, because that's what good soldiers do. He's going to take the fucking... Yeah, he said he's gonna cooperate with Mueller. Guess what? Cooperation means I already fucking cooperated. Send me to jail. That's what's gonna happen. And it doesn't matter. Anything he has to say.
Nobody wants to go to jail.
Believe me, he'll be. I'm sure he could use the fucking quiet for a year and a half. You know what I mean?
I wonder what he lied about.
This is what he lied about.
Do you know?
Yeah, I know what he lied about. He lied about the size of his cock. No, he lied about...
Everyone does.
He had a meeting with the then either foreign minister, which like their equivalent of Secretary of State. He had a meeting with that guy, and it was known that he had the meeting, and at that meeting they discussed Syria and the Obama administration's current policies about Syria, and that the president was going to be getting in soon, and those policies were going to be changing. And he told the FBI that they didn't talk about Syria, and they talked about Syria.
So he met with...
that's it.
Who?
It's like he's the Russian foreign minister, like their Secretary of State.
I know who the guy
They're
is.
Rex Tillerson. They're Hillary Clinton. They're John Kerry.
I think he's
they're Jim Baker.
He's an ambassador.
They're Henry Kissinger.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But he spends all his time in the United States, basically. So he's more.
He wasn't
of a
an
diplomat?
ambassador. He wasn't an ambassador. It was the main guy.
But he's a big, tall dude, and he's
not
very jovial,
and he doesn't have that job anymore. By the way,
he doesn't.
No, he's already gone. Someone else has that job.
Well, it made it hard for Trump to be very friendly to Putin because,
By the way, those guys have an understanding.
I think they're fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah, they're fine. And like I said on this podcast, maybe in the first week on our test show, it's probably okay that the U.S. and Russia are good with each other. It probably behooves us all to get along, don't you think?
Well, seeing
this whole I gotta hate Russia thing,
we're the two countries that have the most nuclear weapons combined.
And you know what? With the fucking looming specter of China out there, who, by the way, I think is going to be fine too. It's all very. Are you familiar with the novel 1948?
No.
In the story, it took. I'm sorry, 1984. Jesus Christ, 1984 was written in 48. 1984, the classic George Orwell.
Sure.
That are you familiar with?
No, I've never read it.
In that movie, it was obviously took place in 84 and it was futuristic, but in that movie there were 3 main blocks of power in the world. And it's like, Jesus Christ, we're there. Now, I mean, it was Oceania, something and something, and you know what I mean? And that's basically where we're at right now. You know what I mean? There's 3 main blocks.
Well, I think
in the world. And are you with the United States? Are you with Russia? Or are you with China? It seems like everybody fits under one of them fucking headings, doesn't it? You can't really be with both the U.S. and if you're with the U.S., that means you're in NATO or whatever. If you're with Russia, you're within whatever the whole Soviet thing. And if you're fucking Asian and communist or whatever, you're with China. You know what I mean?
So what do you think we got to do with Rocket Man?
Well, I think that the president has made it very clear to everybody that, you know what, we're willing to deal with him. And if either of you two don't want to, we're going to do it. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to end quick and tidy. Probably ugly, but quick and tidily. You know what I mean?
Do you think nuclear? You think they'd go nuclear? Or just have a lot of those Moabs?
I'll tell you right now, you know what? Now that you say the word Moab, I think Trump is dying to fucking drop some Moabs
like
on
50 of them.
Like dying to drop Moabs on North Korea. It's probably not a bad idea because it's not all radiation poison and all that shit that might blow. Like I think we were talking about that last week. Well,
because we don't want to fuck South Korea up or China.
No, you don't want to fuck up China because we owe them a lot of money. It doesn't matter. The wind blows that way. I think Washington State, Seattle is more worried about getting fallout than fucking Beijing is. You know what I mean?
Right.
The way the wind fucking moves on this planet. By the way, speaking of the planet, I don't want to get way off base, but we'll never get back to this. You know how sometimes we talk about, is there life on other planets? You get all starry-eyed and dreamy, and I'm like, fucking, if there is, we're never ever gonna fucking find it because it's such a vast universe. Well, they threw another fucking wrench into the works of is there life on other planets this week at NASA, and that is and it seems minute, but they're saying it's fucking gonna wipe out the possibilities of life in like 90% of these places that they're thinking of that might have life, and that's stellar wind. Is now a factor to consider when considering life on other planets.
Stellar or solar?
Stellar, same thing. Stellar and solar wind is the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, solar, stellar, it's the same thing.
Does stellar have to do with something with
stars?
Streisand?
With stars? Stellar means stars, Joe. The sun is a star. Solar, sun, stellar, stars. It's the same thing.
So they think that stellar winds. Well, how about if it's
they don't think it. They've figured out that it does. If there's more. Not all stars. It's like chaos theory. Stars produce different fucking amounts of stellar wind and radiation. Stars of the same exact size don't behave in the same. It's the whole thing where they, it's like when we split the atom, we find that shit's in 3 different places at once, and nothing. When you break it down on that little level, molecular level, but the sun and the stars is even on the huge level.
When you get into the quantum world,
exactly,
things change,
and nothing is the same. Nothing is as it seems.
We've got a lot to learn about the quantum world.
Oh, and by the way, by the time you and I are all done.
Well, that could be weeks.
Minutes. But at the same time, it's Joe, the same thing. Weeks and 20 years is the same thing. Follow what I'm saying? It's
Well,
like
especially
this. It's like this.
if you got up
It
next,
doesn't matter.
Isn't it cool though? If you go fly up next to a black hole, and you're there for 5 minutes, and you come home, and Kat's 30 years older than she is right now. That kind of stuff's pretty cool.
I'm sorry, baby. I love you, but I'm not banging no 60-year-old.
No.
Look at the face.
You don't want to
You should be
say
talking
that.
over there, old man.
I know.
But
listen,
it's really pretty cool.
you know I'm not living to 80, right?
Yeah, I know.
Then I ain't banging no 60-year-old.
Not that.
Follow what I'm saying?
You'll
Yeah.
probably live till 80.
I won't live to 80. You got to move that closer, baby. I can't hear you breathing, so keep a little closer. That way, when
You have to hear me breathe?
No, I think that's what you were afraid of. See, like right now, that's good. So now you only got to move your face a half inch now. We're good. Joe bought us some nice equipment.
I know.
Okay, sorry. So anyway, I'm sorry. I got off base because of the face she made.
Was she? Oh, did she make
She
a
was
bad face?
semi-horrified. By the way, Kat was the first person to test this equipment. Did I ever tell you that story?
No, but or maybe.
It's not that interesting, but it'll fill the air for a minute. She had to make a recording. She was doing a little bit of schooling, and she had to make a recording. And rather than do it over the phone, I'm like, why don't we test the equipment? Because the equipment had been sitting there in a corner for 2 months doing nothing at the apartment because you bought it, and we never got around to
I
setting
gave
up.
it to you so you could figure it out.
And it took me a while to, never mind, figure. I knew the whole thing about hooking everything up and how it would sound and look is nothing. I knew it's the second that they said this is what you need, how it was going to hook up, and no problem. I get that. I just took me forever to figure out what he wanted to do as far as the podcast. I didn't know what the fuck he wanted to do. Now I'm glad that I figured it out because it's fun.
Did you? I don't understand that though.
I didn't know if
I said we're gonna have a podcast and we're gonna just talk about shit.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And you kind of had more of an idea than I did. You
Well, I
said,
wanted-
yeah, we're just gonna do.
Right.
We're gonna talk about shit.
Right. I wanted to. How I always said it was I was hoping that it would work out that we would just capture the nature of our talks over in the cabana, which we kind of have, except the talks in the cabana were, listen, you're not trying to fucking fill air over at the cabana. If we sit there and talk for 20 minutes nonstop, and then for 5 minutes we don't even look at each other, we're both looking at the TV. You know what I mean? We can't do that
Right.
here. So it took me a while to figure out how the fuck are we just going to continue? You know what I mean? You got to have diarrhea of the mouth, and I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to pull it off. The first,
Oh, yeah. Big question there.
why
you
you
never shut your mouth.
do you think so?
Yeah.
Even in
He
real
thinks
life,
he's really quiet, Kat. He says, "Oh, I don't know. I thought I was gonna be really quiet." And I'm like, "Why would? Do you think he's quiet?"
No, he's not quiet ever. Ever.
So, why did you think that you'd be quiet?
because I go out of my way not to talk a lot. Maybe it is because I'm extra chatty. I do go out. I find that there's a lot of situations where I go, all right, you have to not say anything to anybody right now.
Well, I mean, you can be very private.
Yeah. No,
And
well,
that could be, but I mean, he's not. I've never seen him afraid to say something.
No.
well, if I'm talking,
The only thing is, the first couple of shows that were recorded because you fucked up the thing, I remember doing a lot of talking because I was literally tired.
Why
and
are
I
you
finally,
putting this so close to
and I finally,
to talk into the fucking thing.
when I finally said, "Hey, don't swear at your wife on the air," I finally said, "You got to start talking because my throat's killing me here." And then you've been wonderful ever since.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
because I think I had an epiphany. I had an epiphany here, like the epiphany I had at work about what they needed there, and now I figured out what we need here. And that is fucking constant chatter, which actually suits me. Here's the thing. When I say I was trying to figure out what you needed for the podcast, it was, as you know, I'm filled with self-loathing and hate and self-doubt. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it took me a while
I have that as well.
It took me a while to have the confidence to do what we're doing. And I do have a little bit of that.
Talk to 3 people on a podcast.
Yeah, and I do have a little bit of that performer in me. as I must, because I still play music in bands, and it's still kind of like look at me, look
you're
at
the
me.
guy that can get up on stage and sing and play.
But I will say I'm way more comfortable in front of an audience of like 300 people than I am of 30, which is all I really play in front of. If I play out now, it's like 30 people. For some reason, that is way more disconcerting than if you have a room full or a fucking
Because you can
park
see
full
their
of
eyeballs.
people. Yeah, it's weird. Because I've played some big shows.
Probably easier to look out at a crowd of 50,000 because you're not making any eye contact with anybody.
Well,
than it is to look at 30.
You know what's interesting? If you play a show, and I haven't played many of these, probably a dozen or so. If you play a show where you can't see the audience because it's dark out there and everything on stage is lit up, follow what I'm saying? Like you can see lighters or phones, but you can't see anybody's eyes or faces.
Right.
And you can hear them, especially when they respond at the end of a song, but you can hear them. But when you can't see them, it's nothing. It's like you're sitting there playing at practice in front of nobody. But these fucking small gigs where you can see people and hear them and you interact with them hopefully none of them tell you that song sucked and you take offense and end up chopping their ear off with a cymbal.
Right.
Right.
So anyway, I had a little performance anxiety as far as this went. We'll put it that way. But I'm over it. So,
hey,
clearly, we've done 21 of these. Today's real show 16, and we did 5 test shows.
I bought another one of them right there.
Did you send the Mackie back?
No.
What are you going to do with that?
I don't know. But
what did you spend for that?
The Mackie?
Yeah, I'll buy the Mackie off you for the band.
$125.
Can I buy it off you? And then
plus shipping.
I'll pay the whole bill.
I paid $75 for one of those.
It's the same thing with the USB?
Refurbished.
All right, so
USB.
That's the one that's going to live out in the cabana.
Well, where you said this one sounds really good, then I said, well, he knows better than I do.
This is going to be on this desk 2 years from now.
I figured we'll put the new one there because you fucking drop water all over.
Yeah, but I
can't see the little flashing lights that I liked.
Oh,
after you destroyed it.
Isn't that weird?
He's got no respect for anybody else's equipment. You see that, cat?
Yeah.
I told you that. Oh, you heard that.
Spilled water all over it.
Right into everything.
Yes, I did hear that.
I thought I was going to have to, maybe I got to put it up on a big pedestal so old Shaky over there doesn't get at it. But no.
Why, am I shaking?
No,
I'm not doing
Not at the moment.
But no,
Why, do I shake? Like my old man?
No.
I'm not getting that, am I?
No.
The old guy shakes?
No.
No, you're big and you bump into shit.
I'm like a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
BICS. Bull in a china shop.
You're not a gentle person.
Joe, I don't take offense
I don't
at all.
ever see you.
You know me well, Nick. I mean, you know me well.
You're never going to be like a jeweler or a watchmaker.
Yeah, but for a while there, he was trying to get me to fucking put striped cars for a while. I'm like, Joe, you see, I can paint 9,000 square feet of shit.
You can paint a lot of stuff.
I'm not gonna fucking stripe a fucking car. Are you out of your fucking mind? Striping cars.
Well, forget that then.
So anyway, we were talking about President Trump a little bit, and you see that his first major legislation win happened. I mean, I still count Neil Gorsuch as a big win as far as Congress is concerned because they fucking
the tax thing.
The tax thing got passed. It's going to save me and Kat about $3,000 if I file, which I'm not sure I'm filing this year. Fuck it. I haven't filed in. I'll file eventually.
Al is always up with his taxes every single year. He's just being.
I'll tell you the taxes
dickhead.
I'm up with. The taxes I pay on gasoline. The taxes I pay on. Yes, food, even though there isn't sale tax on food, but there is food. There's taxes on everything I consume.
Not a tax cheat by any stretch.
No.
I didn't see what the summary is.
I'm a tax patriot.
Are they lowering it from 15 to 12?
As far as that type of minutia, I'm not that
I
into
looked at
it.
a summary, and the bottom rung is 10%. And they didn't change that at all, which I'm kind of disappointed.
Well, the thing is here's the main thing that I found interesting. That for a household that makes only $25,000, which is way below poverty level, to me,
you shouldn't pay any taxes.
Well, they were gonna pay under the previous fucking proposed plan by these same GOP idiots, they were going to pay like $800 more a year, and her and I would have been paying about $1,000 less. They actually but now they're going to get money back too.
Well,
they're going to get about $800 back instead of being. They were going to fuck with people because people who only make $25,000 a year get benefits from the government, so they were going to get less benefits. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's
the thing
what it was
about
gonna turn out to be basically
when Trump was running, he said, and I believe he meant it.
They managed to do it without cutting benefits.
Making $50,000 a year is not going to pay any federal taxes. So that would mean an individual making 25 is not going to pay any taxes either.
But
and
previously,
I don't think that happened.
Right? But previously, they were dipping into benefits for that type of. They were dipping into benefits for that type of family, and now they're not. Now they're still eligible. They were going to make certain benefits not available to them.
So now the Senate apparently passed their version, and now how does this work? Does it go back to the House, and it doesn't go to the president?
It's not law. It's not law. It doesn't go up for him to sign yet. It's got to go through one more round for whatever reason. And again, I'm not up on my legislative. The Senate and the House
has to get together and hammer this out.
Yeah, right.
Was there any Democrats that voted for this at all?
Again,
was there any Democratic
all I know is
support?
There must have been, because I don't think that there's enough of a majority.
Senator Bob Corker didn't vote for it.
Is he a Republican or a Democrat?
He's Republican.
Well, then that means some Democrat must have fucking voted for it.
And
you probably looked that up quick. Your computer's better than mine.
Huge tit Nancy, I don't think she voted for it.
Yeah, but that's... Oh, you're talking about the House version.
I'm talking about the Senate version.
Nancy Pelosi's not a senator.
I know that, but I'm saying House and Senate.
Huh?
I'm saying House and Senate.
Oh, yeah, no, they got two different versions.
Democrats.
They got two different versions passed, and they got to hammer it out. It's going to go. It's going. It's going to go. It's
right.
Not
He's
ready
going to get
go.
it.
He's going to get it.
He's going to get it maybe after the first of the year.
After the first of the year. Everything's after the first of the year, by the way, right now. Because these motherfuckers just got to... They're ready to go home for the holidays, and I don't blame them.
Maybe he'll get it done before Christmas.
I don't think so.
When do they go home?
Good question. Soon. They go home soon. They go home around the same time Charlena gets home, which is like the 16th. I made that correlation in my head when she told me. I believe whatever that weekend, the 16th, does that sound right? Is that a weekend? The 25th is a Monday. That means that the 18th, the 16th. It's a Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's it.
16th, I'm going to Florida.
Speaking of which, yeah, you're going
Wednesday.
And coming back Wednesday?
So we're going to do a show Tuesday.
We're going to do one tomorrow, and we're going to do one Tuesday.
Right.
And then as soon as you get home, you call me and tell me when you want to do a show. We'll do that Thursday.
Well, we won't even be behind because we're doing this show and tomorrow's.
Technically, we're never behind, by the way.
We want to be. Kat, now how do you feel about this? Here's my thing. Here's what I've read. I want your opinion. I think it's important that the shows are released on the same days every single week.
Yeah, when 50,000 people are listening, not 600.
Yes, but if you set the way the show is going to be from the beginning, and then you stick to it, because people are creatures of habit, and if they're going to listen to our show, and they go there on, say like we do it Tuesday, Thursday, we release Wednesday, Friday. And they go there Friday, and there's no show for them.
Joe, do you understand that the way the people listen to podcasts? I know you do. The way they listen.
I really don't.
You want me to tell you how people listen to podcasts? Because I know.
Tell me.
And I'm not talking about me, because I hate podcasts. I hate them. I've never listened. I listen. By the way, all the guys at work, they listen to podcasts all day. It turns out I'm so fucking. It's so hard not to tell them. I'm like, I got a podcast. I got a good podcast, but I can't tell them.
Why?
We listen to podcasts now at work during the afternoon.
Why don't you listen? Why don't you tell them?
I don't know. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
You're not secure. Yeah, you got to get a little more.
Well, I've done a lot of. Like I said, I never want to edit the show. But there's been ones that I haven't republished.
Yeah, but you haven't talked about banging the guy. See, well, we had one show where we were talking about banging the boss's daughter.
See, now I can't tell them. for a while now.
No, but I mean, I think we had one show. We were joking around there.
I know.
Al's boss.
Again.
You don't have to get all crazy. Don't fire him.
So anyway, this is how people listen to podcasts.
That's if you have a
and
daughter.
like you say, you listen to work, you listen on the way to work. This is how they listen to a podcast.
We don't know if the boss's daughter is a fat animal.
First of all, nobody downloads anything. They take
that
note.
Seems to be it.
They listen to it on. People who listen to podcasts don't listen on one app. They listen on.
Keep explaining that.
Several different apps. All right, and what they do is wherever they find it first. Thank you. That's the first. Joe just fucking tweaked my nipple. It's never mind.
You gotta get them hot.
So they listen. No, hold on.
What?
All right, now I'm good. You got me all. You got me all out of sorts. So when they listen to these fucking podcasts, wherever they find it, that's where they listen to it, okay? And they make a note where they found it in their head. And if they want to tell someone else where it is, they send them the link. They share them by links. But nobody downloads anything. They listen to it where they found it because most of these places have their own player. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
SoundCloud, Stitcher, fucking iTunes has its own even the Google thing has its own. They all got their own fucking player. And every time you hit play and stop, it's just saves it and it remembers what your device is. The shit lives up there on the cloud. It's not on your fucking device.
Right.
Then the next time you open the app, it says, oh, this is where you are on this podcast. This is where you are on that podcast. And they play it again. Okay? So nobody downloads podcasts. I forget how we got there.
But apparently they used
to.
Apparently
that's how it used to be. It's not that way anymore.
The shit changes so fast.
Again, and I don't know if I did this on the air. It's not about downloads anymore. It used to be. Now it's about. It's the same thing as radio and TV. It's the same fucking thing. They know if 1 million people are listening to this, that company who invests their commercial money in anybody who has 1 million listeners is now going to want to talk to you because they know you got 1 million people listening to you.
Right.
And then they buy advertising time or sponsorship time. You know what I mean? Like we would have to do whatever it is, a minute, an hour, or 2 minutes an hour talking about their product. Like, you know how Stern does live reads as well as they have commercials. But he still does live reads and commercial and all radio shows still do live reads. They'll be like, Geico is the best fucking car insurance. Blah, blah, blah. You talk about Geico for
Mary's Honeybee tampons are the best.
Yeah, right.
They slide in like crazy.
That's how they sell time.
You can even get them up your ass if you want.
Yep. So, and then if whatever platform you're on,
there's nothing like honey on a tampon.
But say right, and then if you're on whatever platform you're on, we're on SoundCloud. Say we become in the top. It's not going to happen, but say we become in the top 5 or top 10 things on SoundCloud that are listening to.
Yeah.
Then SoundCloud starts kicking you some revenue.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm just saying.
You never know, though.
That's how guys like Rogan and fucking Corolla get paid because they do some commercials. But
I don't know whether Rogan and Corolla have their own. They're at the point where they literally have their own servers. I have no idea.
But you don't have to pay to listen to their show. So somebody, you don't have to pay to listen to their show if you're just a listener.
Well, you don't have to.
Somebody else is paying the bill.
You don't have to pay to listen to any of those shows.
That's what I'm saying. So somebody is paying.
Well, Adam Carolla reads. He has several podcasts. He has a podcast with Dr. Drew,
and he reads commercials, right?
He has a.
Does
Dr.
he still
Drew
work with Dr. Drew?
Dr. Drew he still has a.
Do they call it Love Lines or whatever? Still,
no, it's not Love Line. It's.
By the way,
Adam and Dr. Drew.
I don't know if you listen to it currently, but did you listen to it when it first started? It was groundbreaking radio, by the way. It was
Dr. Drew and Adam.
Yeah, excellent radio. People calling in with like legit fucking urologist questions, even though Drew's not a urologist. He's a fucking general. He's a GP, by the way. He's not a psychologist.
Probably an internist.
He is an internist, but he has a general practitioner practice. He is an internist. You're right. But what I'm saying is what's interesting is,
I think he's been internal on a dog's ass.
Anyway, good radio, by the way. Good job.
And
what else does Carolla do? So he's got him and Dr. Drew.
He's got him and Dr. Drew.
Him by himself.
He's got the Adam Carolla show, which is every day.
Is that like an interview type show, heavy with Joe Rogan? Like, is there always someone, a guest? And
there's usually a guest, but it's not heavy. It's not like Joe Rogan has a guest every day.
He does.
And he does an interview every day.
That's why his show sucks.
Joe Rogan?
Yeah, his show eats it.
I love Joe Rogan.
Every other show is
because
okay.
He
Every
has
other
an
show eats it.
Well, sometimes you just get
his guests suck.
You get a guest on that's just boring.
If you're going to do a guest every day, there's no way that they're going to be interesting every day. There's no way you can have an interesting guest every day.
Well,
unless you're Stern.
But that doesn't make Joe Rogan's podcast bad. It
makes every other podcast
and some
bad.
people will like the guy that you don't like that's on there. Meaning Joe Rogan
if I think they're not interesting, they're not interesting.
Well, they might not be interesting to you.
Right, baby?
Well, there's a lot of like...
Oh, you want to hear my opinion?
Yeah, go ahead.
Something?
Yeah.
We'll let you go, Kat.
No.
Kat, you run with
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but she looked at me and it's like, yeah, you and your opinions, asshole. Just because it's my opinion doesn't make it fact.
That is correct.
Right.
Yes.
Just because he doesn't like it, that doesn't mean that everybody doesn't like it.
Just anybody in his little world over there.
Which is the people that are in his head?
Yep.
How many people do you think are in his head?
How many personalities do I have, baby? Because I'll tell you right now, you got like a good 4, but you knew that anyway. You used to think 2, but you got at least 4.
Okay.
By the way, the fucking crazy one that doesn't listen to fucking any reason hasn't reared her head in a while, and if you could just keep her fucking under taps, that'd be fine. Have I told you about that personality of hers?
No.
That was the one that it doesn't matter. I have told you about it. You just don't remember. That was the one who argued with me about going to San Diego.
Oh, yeah?
He probably even blacked out.
What about her?
She hasn't reared her head since then. So, oh, no, maybe a brief 5 minutes or so.
You can tell me any secret, and I guarantee I'll forget it within 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, but
you can have like a nuclear bomb in your trunk.
I know, but God forbid,
forget.
God forbid someone walks in that 15, 20 minutes before you fucking forget. They're going to fucking know.
Hey,
because
I promised I wouldn't tell anybody.
Yeah, you are bad at holding secrets.
I am terrible.
You are.
You shouldn't tell me any secrets.
No, I've confided in Joe my whole life, and he's been my confessor for a while, and I believe he fucking kept it to himself. To his detriment, by the way. I'm sorry if I took any time off the end of your life. What? Just because I used to confess my shit to you, and I don't remember any of it.
All
right, well, that's good, because nobody needs that, by the way. Nobody needs their friend fucking dumping their shit on them.
You didn't do that. You used to come over and get drunk. We'd play music loud.
That was, you know what? I miss the music thing.
Well, it's a little. I can't stay up till midnight being drunk.
You know how I like to listen to music loud at home?
Yes.
Picture all those big speakers that we use for band shows.
Yeah.
That's what he has to listen to music on.
Okay.
And they were in the cabana.
Oh, that's a small space.
I was thinking of putting them right there where that shelf is.
You still got 2 of those fucking community speakers doing nothing. Those CSX.
Right. And then
that would be fat right there.
2 Hafler amplifiers.
Absolutely. What are those, 350 each?
I think.
No, bridge, they're 1,000 each.
They're 1,000 watts a channel.
Yeah.
So we'll have 1,000 watts in a tiny room.
I mean, what the fuck?
Well, this is a studio apartment.
It's also a podcast studio. It's a studio in many different ways.
Right.
It's a studio.
This is a studio apartment without a stove.
By the way.
Which doesn't make it illegal.
Again, I like to say I always know what's going on with, the fucking sound engineering thing. I never imagined that this room would work out. I didn't think it would, and it's fucking fine. It works great.
Why? Now, did you think it would be echoey?
Yeah, I thought it would be a little echoey, and it's not echoey at all.
Well, look at all this. We've got a comforter in here. We got a bed.
We even got an overhead fan going, and you can't hear the fan on the thing.
Pillows. So a lot of sound absorption. And, last night
I like all your butterflies, by the way.
What butterflies?
Well, there's one there.
Oh. Obviously, Patty fucking decorated a little bit.
I like them. It's a nice touch.
Or Patty. Well, thank you, Kat. I look for them high and low. I studied microphones last night.
Oh, good. You might know more than me. Go ahead. Even though I've
And these are
hundreds.
dynamic microphones.
Yes. Anything that is like plugged into what we're doing is a
And they have
dynamic.
condenser microphones.
Correct. Yep.
Then there's various forms of each.
Of each. Correct. Yep.
We bought, these are very nice microphones.
They are. They're again.
And
It's surprising.
these may last forever.
Oh yeah, they will. Here's the thing.
Because we paid, these microphones were $160.
Right. And
In the description, did it say when you speak into it, it's going to look like somebody is shoving a dick in your face?
she's disconcerted by the fact that it looks like
Does it look like a...
huge black
Yes,
penis.
this is exactly what it looks like when you suck dick. Just
Whoa.
so you know.
Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time blowing that microphone.
I don't think I can get my mouth around that sucker.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a little disconcerting.
Well, I
20 years ago, these mics would have
they
cost
did not say
$1,000 or more.
it did not say in description, Cat. It didn't say looks like big black dick.
By the
I
way,
think that's an important part of the description.
dynamic
Same.
microphones were never good enough to use for broadcasting. They were always ribbon condenser type microphones. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now I read the whole thing about the difference between dynamic microphones. Dynamic microphones have a bigger
Diaphragm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they tend to pick up. They tend to send a larger signal because they pick up more noise.
Right.
But they also, depending on how it's set up, the direction in which you have the sound.
Yeah.
Like for whatever reason, we have to get very close to these in order to make them. You know, if I get back
Well,
here,
it's also
how am I sounding?
it's also what
I
you're
get a
using them
please,
for.
Joe, get next to the microphone.
Well, because we're going for warm. We're not going for just picking up noise. We need
Right.
warmth. Like if I was microphone, I could use these mics to mic a guitar amp,
but we don't.
and I could put them a foot away.
We don't want to pick up the ceiling fan
Right.
or the furnace,
So
or we don't want to pick up me in Cat's microphone.
exactly, and we don't want to pick up like say this is the first time we've had a third microphone turned on for the whole show.
Right.
We don't want to pick up any room noise off that. You know
Right.
what I mean? We just want whoever's right here. You know. But yeah, it's funny when you get up and go pee and you talk loud, you can hear you.
Right, but I sound like I'm at a distance and there's an echo. And
certainly doesn't sound like you're only 15 feet away. It sounds like you could be a good 25, 30 feet away.
that's
You know what
like 10 as the crow flies.
Yeah, whatever it is.
But I guess that's the deal.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, okay?
Baby, tell me your troubles and doubts, giving everything inside and out. Love strange, so real in the dark. Think of the tender things that we were working on. Slow chains may pull us apart. When our life gets into your heart, baby, don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. Don't you try and pretend it's my feeling well when
And we're back, everybody. That was a nice break.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. So I was starting to ask my wife, the lovely Catherine Capozzi. How you doing, baby?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay. So is any of the stuff that you've seen here, does it fill in any blanks, or are you amused? What's going on? Like this, the way this has been going down, neither of us are behaving any differently because you're here.
I
This
know.
is how we behave. He's really
listened-
good at it,
I've
by the way.
listened to previous shows.
By the way, I'm
aware of that.
probably not behaving the same because I rarely look where you're sitting and
Yeah.
make eye contact because there's no one there to make eye contact with. But it's fun having someone else to look at.
Yeah,
and
but you're
talk
not
to.
behaving it. You don't sound any different.
No, right. That's what I'm saying. So, but does any of this fill in any blanks or anything? You know what I'm asking?
What blanks?
Like that maybe you were.
I think what Al's trying to say is he wanted to prove to you that I'm not actually jerking him off while we're doing the podcast.
I did question that when I noticed there was a bed in here.
So,
That's
you
the
know,
first thing she said when she walked in. There's a bed in here. What are you fucking each other?
so you know,
I mean,
we're
I know
not
how he
naked
rolls.
when we're doing it. I'm not giving him too many not that many titty twisters, maybe one or two.
She goes, I know.
He
how-
likes
Slap on the
those.
back. Well, maybe we can get some. I'll bring in some of those clips. You know those clips,
Nipple clips?
chip.
Yes.
Those chip clips.
Chip
I'll put them on
clips.
his
Chip
put
clip
them on his
titty
nipples and hook it up
twisters.
to a
Nice.
chain and yank on it when I want to get a screech out of him. Fucking Mo screech.
If you do it right, he does scream like a little bitch.
He does.
Yes.
How about a? Hey, look at this. 454 acid attacks reported last year in Great Britain.
Oh, are people just tossing acid on somebody?
Yeah, this is a
Does acid mean
Ow.
hydrochloric acid?
well,
or-
some sort of bad. This is a Muslim thing, you know, where you
Is that, you can
you
get
turn
a
the woman into a fucking horrid looking skank because she thought about another guy or something.
Can you buy a gallon of hydrochloric acid? I know you can buy muriatic acid.
can buy
which, by the way,
muriatic?
you don't want to get that on you.
You can buy. Well, you certainly can buy sulfuric acid.
By the gallon, like at the store.
I believe sulfuric
Or can
acid
you
is
make it?
battery acid. So you can buy. They don't make it easy to get crazy chemicals, probably for good reason, because somebody would be, because people are fucking morons.
Right.
Like somebody would be trying to whiten their teeth with sulfuric acid, and their lips would fucking
Very
burn
true.
off.
I mean, think about how much trouble they had to go through on Breaking Bad to get the chemicals for meth.
Right.
Yes, but I mean those are chemicals to make any compound as precursors. So, when you're buying, there are some very specific precursors that you need to have to make methamphetamines. But battery acid is just dangerous because it'll eat through shit.
Right.
But when I buy, not so much a car battery, but when you buy a motorcycle battery, it comes with the battery and it's dry, and then it comes with a box of acid
Oh, no shit. I didn't know that.
that you have to put the acid into the battery.
So is that the same thing with the little the little dirt bike batteries and shit? So does Evan have fucking that shit around the house, or?
A lot of the batteries now are maintenance free, and they ship them. They ship them without the acid. But I've bought a ton of batteries over the years where they ship the battery, because the battery might be sitting in a warehouse for 4 years.
Right.
It can't have the acid in it. So it's a dry battery, and it's got the acid in a box with it's got how do I explain this? It's got like 6 holes in it.
Yeah.
And you turn it upside down.
Okay.
And it comes with like this funnel-looking thing
Right.
that you punch through all 6 holes, and all the acid fills up the 6 cells at once.
Right.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Well, that's what. So you can get a hold of that. Muriatic acid, they have at Home Depot and shit. 'cause
Oh,
that-
yeah. I
That's
mean,
used with concrete.
I bought it to clean concrete that I'm going to be finishing. You know what I mean? You etch
And you
it.
know what?
That's what's called etching. You pour that thing on there and you fucking use like a stiff fucking wood broom. You know what I'm talking about?
But it'll burn you.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't even want to get muriatic acid on you. Never mind hydrochloric. So what I'm saying is what are these you opened it up by saying someone was throwing acid on somebody, and I'm like, shit. It doesn't even have to be hydrochloric acid. It could be muriatic acid, which is readily available at Lowe's. You know what I mean, or the paint store. Fucking Walmart, you can get muriatic acid.
I would guess, because I don't know. Hydrochloric acid is the acid you have in your stomach.
Okay, I believe you.
So
is that why I stink so bad?
Which is very acidic.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
I don't know what you would throw on somebody that would just start, like you see in the movies, somebody throws something on somebody's face and they instantly start melting.
Yeah, but even if you don't,
I don't know if there is something like that.
Even if it's not smoke and shit, even if it's not going to like smoke and shit, which we know acid can do, I'm pretty sure if you threw muriatic acid in someone's face, they're gonna feel that in the morning.
Well, especially if they weren't ready and it gets in their eyeballs.
That's what I'm saying. They're fucked. So maybe it is just muriatic acid. That's probably the lowest.
Well, let's see what acid.
What I'm saying is what is the lowest grade acid available, or what's the highest grade acid available on the consumer level?
But
what's the lowest grade that will fuck with somebody's face? I think anytime
face.
Right. Anytime you say acid, I think.
So
I mean,
let's see what Hodgme uses.
Listen. I think if you throw vinegar in someone's eyes, and that's acid, basically, right?
Yeah, but that's not going to scorch their face.
But it's going to fuck with their fucking eyes.
Well, yeah, you're not going to be happy.
And a lot of people do that whole drinking apple cider vinegar shit. You're not supposed to do it without diluting it because it can erode your innards.
So what's the dilution rate, do you know? Like how many parts to how
2
many
to
parts?
1.
2 parts what?
Of water.
To 1 part vinegar? Mm-hmm. And that's what you should drink?
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
The most common types of acid used in these attacks are sulfuric and nitric acid. Hydrochloric acid is sometimes used.
For what now?
But is much less damaging.
Scarring people's faces.
So sulfuric and nitric acid.
All right, so you can get sulfuric acid at the store.
All right, now I'm going to look up.
How do you get it?
Because I could be lying.
Say that again, baby.
Reasonably appear.
I think you can get sulfuric
acid. You got to talk into
acid.
the microphone, kid.
Sulfuric acid is battery acid. Is sulfuric acid a strong electrolyte?
I mean, is that what are you talking about now? Electrolytes?
No, I'm just trying to get the shortest. Is sulfuric acid is battery acid?
Speaking of acid, is anyone else absolutely tripping right now?
Did you have yourself some acid?
No. Just the whole, my friend who grows the marijuana. His marijuana is really good, and coupled with a pint of whiskey, I'm right where I need to be. I mean, I'm right where I need to fucking be right now.
Sulfuric acid is battery acid, or battery acid is sulfuric acid.
Oh, so we were wrong. So we were saying hydrochloric acid was battery acid.
No.
Hydrochloric acid is the acid that's in your stomach.
I'm with you. I hear you.
All right.
Sounds like you're right. And you would.
So we're going to purchase sulfuric acid. I'm typing now for all you people that are wondering why I'm talking like
the only reason I'm not vamping is because I have nothing to vamp about. I fucking forgot my notebook. I got up early.
You got a notebook in front of you.
I come through. I got one big thing to go
did
to.
His homework, Joe.
But
God damn.
the thing is I can't start this next thing until you're done with this.
Listen, you better fucking start keeping up your end of the bargain.
Oh.
Or you're going to be fucking thrown out.
My end of the bargain, huh? Which is basically
God
all the
damn
work.
Cocksucker.
All the work.
Well, I had to pay for everything, god damn it. Prick.
I think you're under $2,000.
I think I'm under 1,000.
And I think I'm way over $2,000 in labor. If you want to
virgin sulfuric.
If you want to tally it all up.
Hey, you can make sulfuric acid at home.
What do you think? What if we wanted to
is
figure
there a
that out?
recipe?
If we wanted to figure that out labor-wise, do I figure this out at what? 25 an hour, 30, 40, 50? What should I figure it out
Nobody knows
at?
what you're talking about. We're talking
Labor
about
of
making
what?
sulfuric acid.
Just the labor that I put into fucking getting us where we need to be.
You're the only one talking about that right now. We're talking about sulfuric acid.
You're so greedy,
and
Al.
how to make it at home.
And by the way, the balls of my feet still hurt.
It's not our fault your balls hurt.
I don't take
balls
care of
of my
those
feet.
balls.
She's a good girl, Joe.
I know she is. I like her.
Yeah, she's funny. And by
I don't
the
know.
way,
You can buy it at AutoZone. It's probably not 100%.
Yeah.
It's probably some variation. But sulfuric acid is a bad thing to throw in somebody's face.
Yeah, right. And
Or nitric acid.
so, what was the point? We started on the acid, and you brought it up because somebody got acid splashed on the face. Who was that now? You don't remember? It was you.
It was the statistic on how many people had acid thrown.
No,
in their face.
I was looking at a feed here that said that in Great Britain, the number of people that are attacked, women attacked with acid, is growing. Fear in London as acid attacks soar is the headline. So that means that the Hajmis,
It's all them Syrians they let in, right?
I don't know. Well, this is why Brexit happened, because they're tired of being told, oh, well, you have to let in all these fucking lunatics.
Right.
And, I don't think these people are bad people, all of them. And I think most of them are probably decent. But it takes 1 out of 100 to just fuck everything up.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could have 99% that are fucking perfect. But if you can't get that 1% out, you can't let them into your country.
So listen, I think in that respect, 1% rounds neatly up to 100%, and just fucking destroy all of them.
Well, no, they're
Destroy all of them.
The Syrian culture is a great culture.
I understand that Damascus is one of the greatest, and it's an important city to the development of mankind. I understand
but
that.
if 1 out
so
of
is Baghdad,
100,
by the way. So is Baghdad.
Yes.
And so is Tripoli, by the way.
Well, Iraq is sort of like the beginning of life.
Absolutely. That's the cradle of mankind, I believe they refer to that as. Certainly the cradle of modern intelligence.
Although they say
and intellectuality.
Don't they say Africa is where life began? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Where
talking about
humans began.
I'm talking about intellectual. Although Egypt is good intellectual too.
Yes.
The whole that whole fucking area over there.
You know what?
Draw a circle around it, and I believe me, Syria and fucking Egypt are both included in that circle.
Something happened to these people.
Yeah.
Because
It's called. You know what it's called? It's called Islam. Islam happened.
maybe Islam happened.
It's the same thing with Christianity. Islam happened, and it's a scourge. It's the scourge of the fucking human race.
Now-
Islam is the scourge of the human race. It fucked everything up. Once people got
Here's
fucking religion,
the modern
it fucked
world,
everybody up.
the modern civilized world that we live in right now,
yeah.
was created by white men.
I mean,
If anybody,
brown men, I'm telling you, I
White
believe
men-
that brown men fucking and black men contributed to what we're doing. I know what you're saying.
no,
What are you talking about? The modern form of government?
the modern technology, the modern world we live in.
Yeah. I'm fucking
Not
hot.
talking
It's
government.
fucking hot in here.
I'm not talking
Is that why you're
government.
squirming around like a 3-year-old?
It's fucking hot. I had to take the fucking heavy shorts off.
It's not that hot in here, is it?
Fucking hot. No. Go
Want me to
ahead.
Hope you
turn
don't
that?
mind balls
I'm
on
sorry.
your stool.
Joe, keep going with the modern thing.
What I'm saying is, the modern, where we are technologically, was a white man thing. The white man did this.
Yeah, I mean,
The white man is certainly not the first person, because we had the Roman Empire, who
Egypt-
were brown people,
Egypt-
and then we had Egypt before the Roman Empire.
and I'm saying Egyptians got some fucking shit done. So did
But the
brown
white man-
people in over here, Aztecs and Incas and all that shit. They figured some shit out.
The white Northern European man is responsible for the world that we live in today.
Meaning what? Responsible for
Meaning all technology,
Not all technology.
pretty much all technology.
So did
Not
white?
peanut butter.
Did their technology build the pyramids?
no, that's. I'm talking about the technology we use every day. Do you use a pyramid?
We
you have a
use
fucking pyramid in your
Technology
backyard?
for algebra? Fucking algebra? That happened in Egypt, dude.
No.
Well,
I'm talking
algebra
about-
exists. They both discovered it. They both discovered
Talking
algebra.
about the technology we use today was invented, created by the white man.
Okay, go ahead. You're wrong.
And
but go ahead.
unfortunately, not even the white woman.
Yeah, well, you're right
I'd
about
love to
that.
say the white woman.
We're only really good at making cookies, not technology.
Well, and
There are good white women,
which is baking,
technologists.
right? And basically penicillin is baking. That Madame Curie did that. That's basically baking, by the way. Penicillin is
Madame
baking.
Curie was a part of the atom splitting shit. She was genius.
She did atoms. So she did physics and biology.
I believe she was a physicist and a chemist.
Oh, chemist
And a
not bio-
biologist.
Yeah. Wow.
the bitch needs a lot of skills
Well, that's
to
why
fall back
there's
on.
like a fucking atomic weight named after
Madame Curie?
It's a Curie.
Oh yeah, that's right. But she also did chemistry.
A bitch needs a lot of fucking skill to fall back on.
She was. This is a bright woman.
Because she worked with Louis Pasteur also, right?
I don't know.
That's
who
how
he is.
long ago she was. She was both in the fucking medicine fucking discovering era and the atomic era.
Yeah. She was part of.
Smart girl. I wonder how she looked.
Probably fucking dog ugly.
Probably vile, right?
probably
not
like
fair.
probably like she wasn't dependent on no man.
Marie Curie,
Right. Yeah.
Atomic Heritage Foundation.
Crazy.
I just spelled Adam, Adam.
Wow, that's not good.
I think that could be the fireball.
That's my nephew's name, by the way.
That's Batman.
I have a nephew, Adam. Hey, Adam, what's up? I hope you get to listen to the show once in a while. I don't think you do, but if you do, maybe I'll send you the link, buddy. I wonder if he's got his own face. Oh, by the way, that folds neatly into my next thing. You know, I said I'm done with Facebook. Right. As Al Capozzi. Now, I opened up, because I'm thinking about, I got to get this word out about this podcast. And locally doesn't mean shit. But what I'm going to start doing is going on like Yahoo or CNN.com or whatever and finding something that 50,000 people have commented on. And then I'm
Yes.
going to comment as kinda right and either make a comment or just put in kinda right at yahoo.com or kinda right at SoundCloud or kinda right
You're gonna spam people.
at Facebook. Yeah, I'm going to start spamming because I need people to listen to the show, and I don't think
Now, do you know how?
they're not going to just find it, Joe. I got to start.
Kat, I want you to
Putting the word
You're
out.
younger, so I want you to chime in here. I'm a Facebook fucking idiot. All I know is that I had a Facebook account when I was finding people when I turned 50, and then I got rid of it because it's gay.
Yeah,
I had
that's
like
why I got
100
rid of
and-
it.
I had like 98 friends, and
Well,
I
it's
don't
not bad.
care what they would do. So at any rate, I open up a fake account under a fake name, and I have no friends.
By the way, I friended my old fake name with kinda right last night.
There you go. But
pretty
now
funny.
my sister somehow opened up a Facebook account that, helped find Daniel Foster is the name of the
It's a
Facebook
page.
account.
It's a page. Yeah.
So is that different than a Facebook account?
Here's the thing. When
So can we do a kind of right page?
that's
He
clearly
he
not
did
listening.
One. He did one last night.
Look at me. This is what is the deal with Facebook. If you want a new account, it has to be a new email address.
Clearly not listening.
It has to.
Because he's good at listening to people, Joe. He
Look at me.
listens to whatever everybody says.
I know he
Listen.
Commits it to memory
And he takes it
for
seriously
30 whole
too.
seconds.
Will you look at me?
That's why he takes it personal.
Will you look at me? In order to sign up for a new Facebook account, it has to be a new email address. The email address is the Facebook account, okay? I have a new email address for me and you. It's kinda right at yahoo.com. So I'm
you
done
can send
with Facebook.
all of your dick pics to kinda right
Right.
at yahoo.com.
So last night I started a Facebook page.
Did you send your pictures
Kinda
of your
right,
cock?
kinda right at yahoo.com.
Yeah.
And it's just the show. And the name is kinda, the last name, first name is kinda, the last name is right. It's just like a person.
So it's a
Kinda right.
page?
We now have, and I sent it to your wife. She didn't tell you?
No, she's out of town.
And I'm friending all of my friends, liberal and conservative,
Okay.
who listen to the show. It's just about the show. I'm not going to put any of my fucking personal feelings on there. The show is not going to comment. All it is show promotion. So it also got me thinking.
Can we do an RSS feed from Facebook?
It's technically not, but I put the link to the RSS feed on it, on every post. If you click on it, on any of my posts,
Well, that's what all an RSS feed is the link, right?
So yeah, it goes right back to SoundCloud, and they get whatever I got listed on Sound. It's beautiful. It
You
works.
could do a live on Facebook.
Whenever. That's the other thing I thought about in the shower tonight. This show will never, ever, ever be live, ever.
Why not?
It'll
Lame.
never be live.
Lame.
No, it doesn't need to be, because that's not how people listen to podcasts. People don't listen to fucking podcasts.
I disagree.
At 6:30 on Tuesday night. They
Listen.
listen to it in the car the next morning.
The Adam and Dr. Drew show, they have call-ins.
And you could reach more people if you did a live.
But that's
it
a
then
Friday or
saves-
Saturday night show. It's not Tuesday or Thursday.
If you do a live, it saves as a video
Correct.
on
I know
your
I'm
page.
right.
No, I
I
think
know
they're
I'm
a few
right.
times a week. I don't know.
There's no way they're doing the call-in fucking Dr. Drew show on weeknight ever. It's a Friday. It's probably a Saturday night. You can't do a call-in show. There's
I
no
don't know.
such thing as a fucking morning drive call-in show podcast that's successful. Even Rogan, if they're live, they're probably not even live. Is Rogan live?
Rogan does live shows.
Is every show live? What time is it, and on what day? 3:00 on Thursdays?
No.
or-
You know what happens is I'll get one of these little things in my corner.
This
of my
show
computer.
will never be live.
Hey, shut up and listen to me for a
You
second.
don't have to do the whole thing.
It'll
you do
never be live.
You get on Facebook Live, you record for a few minutes because that
that's
messages
different.
all of your friends that you're live, and then they watch you, and you save as a video on your Facebook.
No, it's way too much work. I'm not.
See?
Up to it. I'm not up to it. I'm not up to it.
See?
Joe Rogan.
No.
Joe Rogan will start a show, and it pops up in the corner.
You want to
of my
hire someone to
computer.
do that? That's fine. What?
Hey,
Say that again.
Hey, you fucking listen to me.
I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead. See how I get? I get all Adderalled up, and he's like,
And then I'll go.
he's the one with the Adderall, by
Wait.
the way.
And I'll go and I'll click on it, and he'll have just started a new show. And
So you get a notification saying a show just started,
yes,
but does it start at the same time, or do you need that notification? Is that notification because
Well,
you
I
don't
wouldn't know
remember
the
what
show
time the
was
show
starting.
Okay, go ahead.
so meaning he's 15 minutes into the show, and I get a notification, and I can back it up to the beginning, and I can basically listen to the show 15 minutes advanced. But it's a live show.
I got you.
Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Meaning it's Joe Rogan typically does
Is
it
it the
almost
same-
3 hours.
But is it the same time all the time?
No, it varies.
That's what I'm saying.
It varies throughout the day.
All right, so
He
I get
does-
it. I get it.
He's a lunatic. Sometimes he does back-to-back shows.
Okay.
Like he'll have somebody in at California time
All right, listen.
at 9 a.m. and then I'll have somebody in
Okay.
at 1 o'clock.
So again, listen. I've taken everything that you've said into account, and I understand what you're saying. So I will amend what I just said.
But I don't know
This
if
show
it's-
could be live once in a while. It's not going to be live every time we do it.
Oh no,
Ever.
Why would you
Ever.
want that?
So nobody does that. is
That's
what I'm
part of the
saying.
freedom
Nobody
So-
said
of the
everyone.
podcast.
He told me to look into fucking podcasting, and I did. So I know for a fact that nobody does a live podcast every time. Nobody. Because
But
it's
I
stupid.
didn't think that's what we were saying. But so can we get back to the real important issue here, which was who has Adderall and why am I just learning about it?
I have Adderall, but he's way more jacked up.
I'm
I
just
can see
jacked
that,
up on
'cause
soda
he's
and
over here
fucking it's Pepsi.
He gets
and
Dancing in
whiskey.
his underwear and
Because
shit.
I actually really need it.
So this is what really happens. He dances in
Wait.
his underwear and
That's something that you take on the regular?
Yeah,
You take Adderall every day?
I have ADHD.
So when do you take it? And how much?
I
How many times a day?
I take one in the morning, 20 milligrams.
I think Adderall would kill me,
Wow.
by the way.
Yeah, but I'm a big guy. So things go through, I don't know.
Tell her how much Klonopin you take.
2
2
milligrams.
milligrams a day.
Sometimes 4.
that's intense.
Most
I'm
people
fairly
take
fucked up.
Most people take a quarter
Fair enough.
milligram or a half a milligram once a day.
You know, and it doesn't really have that much effect on me. But
it makes me want to. One of your pills makes me sleep for 3 days.
well, listen, I got on Klonopin when my kid wasn't born yet. So my kid's 28. It's been 29 or 30 years. Because I said, I'm having a kid. I got to go to the doctor and see somebody because I'm crazy. And that's what they gave me. And nobody told me at the time that if you start taking this, it's addictive. And it is addictive. So I'm basically I'm on it, and I take it. Now, the Adderall I take in the morning, and
these are both prescribed by a doctor.
oh, yeah.
Klonopin
No, I don't
and
have
Adderall.
any.
Go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
So
Roll, baby. Roll.
a lot of times in the afternoon, like this afternoon, I didn't take one.
Okay.
Because I can take 20 milligrams, and I get enough to do 20 milligrams in the morning, 20 milligrams in the afternoon if I want to. A lot of times I skip the afternoon because everything's fine. And what I found out is the Klonopin, because the Klonopin puts you to sleep, or wants to put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me as
A
tired.
lot of people have it prescribed just to sleep.
Well, taking Klonopin in the morning isn't that good for you because you want to go to fucking sleep.
Yeah, that's
So
bad.
if you take
Unless
some
you take
Adderall
like a quarter
with
of
the
one of
Klonopin,
them, it makes you put you right where you need to be.
then I'm fine. So, and I don't want to go to any rehab clinic because I know I don't need
about rehab. What?
because I don't need the Klonopin. I could, but I would have to go to rehab to get off it.
to deal with the withdrawal symptoms.
Yes.
Because this physical withdrawal symptoms.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I
Like,
know that.
If
I know
I
that
don't
too.
take the
Yep.
Klonopin and we hit noon, 1 o'clock, I'm like, oh, I forgot the Klonopin.
Yeah. There's a physical,
I get
visceral
these, like,
reaction
brain
to it.
zaps.
Yeah, visceral.
I mean,
You can tell when he is off of it because
I'm fucked up.
you can't deal with him because he's
crazy.
Right.
he's literally
Yes,
he literally
that's-
is crazy.
Now my doctor
That is-
just says, keep taking it. It's probably really your personality.
So Joe, what else?
Oh, all right. Well,
what
that
else
works.
are you? What other prescription medications are
Listen,
you on? You're on.
stop getting off on another tangent. The
This
point
is-
was the Adderall. That's what we needed.
Listen, we're not getting off of it. We're fucking extrapolating from it. Trust me on this one.
All right, Archie Bunker.
All right. So you have a Klonopin prescription and you have an Adderall prescription.
yeah,
What other medications do you have prescriptions for that you take every day or don't take?
I have a prescription for Zetia
Which is what is that now?
cholesterol.
Cholesterol. Okay.
I have a
You're not any other crazy meds or head meds?
crazy meds. Yeah,
Yeah. What else?
it's generic Lexapro.
Okay, Lexapro, which
Lexapro was the best drug I ever got.
Lexapro
out of-
made me have dreams about murdering my family, and my doctor
Well,
immediately took me off of it when he
I
learned
went
that.
through to find Lexapro. I went
Thank
through
God for
like
small
5 or
favors.
6 different drugs,
Me too. I know what you're saying.
and I had a dream on
The
begins
one that
with a
the one
P.
that worked for me, Prozac.
No.
No, Paxil.
Paxil.
Yeah, Paxil. Yeah.
I had dreams of like 3 nights in a row. I was dreaming about hacking up my family
Yeah.
with a machete, and I said, "This ain't fucking normal."
Right.
So I got off the Paxil.
What was the one I was on, baby? Forever, and it made me not. I couldn't come. What was it?
You did well.
Oh,
well,
Celexa.
Celexa was the one I couldn't. That was.
And we learned on
were you ever
TV
on Celexa?
that's why he couldn't fucking get off. We learned that on Weeds.
No,
No, I knew that before.
I don't
that,
think they.
though.
Well, maybe.
It was,
No, I don't think I
we
did.
learned
confirmed
that
that
on
other
Weeds.
people had similar. So anyway, I'm sorry, Joe. So Klonopin, Adderall, Zetia for cholesterol. So how's your cholesterol? Do you get that checked twice a year?
I get a lab. Yes, twice a year. I go to the doctor every 4 months.
So is your cholesterol in check because of Zetia? You think?
Zetia and Provocol.
So you're on Provocol as well, and
Yeah.
that's a.
And I don't know what. That's a generic name for some other drug.
I got you. That's easy. But so you're on 2 different cholesterol medications. So what I'm asking
Yeah.
you is, do you have, is it genetic high cholesterol or because of how you eat, or both? Like if you didn't take it, would it be high anyway, even if you
first of
didn't
all-
eat cholesterol?
First of all, cholesterol has almost nothing to do with how you eat.
Okay.
Because they've determined that all that is bullshit. They're
Right.
even starting to.
For some people.
No,
they're
what-
even starting to determine that high cholesterol might not even be bad for you.
Yeah, eating cholesterol doesn't make you have higher cholesterol. However, eating fiber will reduce your cholesterol.
So
All right.
there's all kinds of shit that you can do. Now you can being thinner would, if I lost like 25 pounds, my cholesterol would probably drop.
It would. But I'm saying,
my
but would it
cholesterol went
drop
up when I
far
lost
enough
weight.
for you to not have to take your cholesterol medication? Is my question. Would you still be on it if you dropped 25?
Well, how would I know that?
Well, I'm just saying. Did your doctor ever say to you?
No,
25
he's never
and you'll
said
get
lose
off the
25
cholesterol
pounds and you
medication?
will have no cholesterol.
Because they will say
then
that
my
to you.
doctor doesn't really he doesn't really care.
But they're
He doesn't?
lying.
Huh?
When they say shit like that, they're lying. They
No,
just
they're
want
not
you to
lying.
lose weight.
What they're trying to do is get you to fucking behave. Is what
I'm
they're
sorry.
Here's what my doctor did to me.
Doctors truly are interested in your health, by the way.
Here's how
and
my
if you don't think your particular doctor is truly interested in your fucking health, you need to get another doctor.
Here's how my doctor.
That's what they're supposed to do.
Hey, I'm
my
trying to
doctor.
fucking say so. Hey,
Shut up for a
Adderall
second.
head.
My doctor
Hey,
hates me.
Why am I the only one with none?
All right, with none what?
With none Adderall.
She's begging you for an Adderall.
Who, me? No. Nope.
So go ahead.
Listen, my doctor. I went in there once, just a couple years ago, and I said to him, "Doc, how am I doing? You know, overall." It was after I turned 50.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, I'm 3 years older than you. That ought to tell you everything you need to know."
Why, did he look like a kid or did he look like
He,
someone's
I thought he was 65 years old.
Wow, good for you.
So that's his answer to how I was doing.
Good.
He says, "You're doing really good."
You know what, Joe? You don't look a day over fucking 53. You really don't.
But I am.
You look great, kid.
Of course I do.
I'm really and I meant to bring it up the other day.
But
Is that
he's going to start hurting my feelings.
no? I'm
now.
not. That thing on your forehead. Did you hit your head again, or is that from still a couple
No,
months ago?
I keep picking it.
Don't pick the fucking thing.
I
will
keep
you?
picking it. I like it.
It looks like you just hit it again.
I don't care though, you know.
Stop picking your fucking head.
Like
will you?
I want to go into the, I want to get it so it's bleeding, and then go into the fucking
funny.
market basket and have it like running down my nose.
That's
and shit.
beautiful. Market Basket in particular, even more so than Walmart. By the way,
No, they wouldn't even
Market
notice in
Basket
Walmart.
rules. Do you guys shop at Market Basket? It's a minute from your house.
My wife goes to Market
Market
Basket.
Basket is wonderful.
I love Market Basket.
It's way better than Walmart.
I don't go to Market Basket.
Walmart
at
supermarket
all.
sucks, by the way.
Their beef
because
jerky
Why don't you like
selection is
Market
lacking.
Basket?
it's not that I don't like it. I don't like shopping.
Oh. Well,
Market
you gotta
Basket
like-
is intense. Like
it is intense. You
when
gotta
it's
like
not
shopping
busy,
to be there.
it's busy.
Yeah. Very rarely you go in there and it's fucking dead. It's
Like you
never
will
dead.
never
It's
be
dead
one
on
of
a
4 people
afternoon
inside of
in
Stop
the-
and
Yeah,
Shop.
on Wednesday.
right. Like
Yeah.
Wednesday at 3 or 2. It's probably pretty.
For those of us who don't have real jobs, myself,
And I used to be among them.
Wednesday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, 11:30 in the morning, Market Basket's pretty dead. So you can get whatever you want.
Yeah, or if you go at dinner time on most any day, that'll work. Like between 5 and 6, it's usually not as bad.
I went down and got a pizza at Papagino's at 3:00, and there was no one there.
Yeah, well. The West Plymouth one? You didn't go all the way downtown. Yeah, you
No,
got
I
another
just go
one
right
between,
down the
yeah.
street.
You ever tried the pizza
Beautiful.
at Market Basket? It's pretty bomb.
A lot of the hot
yes,
food,
Patty has
the
brought
hot
home
food
some-
is good
Yes.
at Market Basket. Oh,
Their
so is
chicken's pretty good, too.
and they got good
Yeah.
sushi. My son will fucking run
Oh,
over his
they
grandmother for
do.
some Market Basket sushi. You know what I
They
mean?
do have good sushi.
They've got good sushi.
I wonder if you could get like a Facebook account for Kinda Right if you jerked off Mark Zuckerberg.
I have a. I see what you're saying.
You created one, but like as a person.
So I didn't.
Not like
We're gonna
a
get back to
business
this
page.
other thing because it's interesting, but I wanted to finish my podcast promotion thing. So we got the new Facebook. It's just fucking. It's just. I'm never gonna post like hey, I'm taking a shit like I used to on my other one. All it is gonna. The new shows are gonna.
Look at
go
the
up.
salad I
There's a
just
link.
ate,
But the other thing I'm doing is like
which
this
is an empty
afternoon-
salad bowl.
This afternoon I went on Yahoo and they were talking about Michael Flynn.
Yes.
And like 3,600 people had commented on the news story.
Yeah.
So I went on there as Kinda Right, and I put Kinda Right on SoundCloud.com, and then put the fucking link for the RSS feed. So every time I see that 1,000 people have commented on something, either on Yahoo or MSN or ABC News or CBS News, I'm going to start putting the link to our show on that comment stream.
He's spamming people. He's
on the comment
links.
stream, so everybody who commented on it, so 5,000 people will see that link every time.
No, they won't.
Well, they'll get a notification. They'll get a notification.
Not if they turned off their notifications like smart people.
Most people who comment on that shit want to see who else is commenting and who's commenting on what they're commenting on.
See, I'm no expert on this, but I'm think
trying
that
to promote
shit
the
works.
show.
No, I know that. And
other than hoping that someone finds it on iTunes, we got to do. We got to do something to get listeners. We're listed worldwide, and
no, well,
in a week we really haven't. We went from like fucking 30 listeners to 600. I want more.
No, it doesn't work like it's organic. It takes time.
You think?
Yeah.
You think if I went on the news, right? And Harvey Weinstein style figured out a way to jerk off into a planter while someone's live on ABC News, and then had like a sign that said "Kinda Right" at SoundCloud.com, that wouldn't get listeners? That would get listeners.
Here's
the
what we can.
outrageousness of it
Here's
would,
what we
but
can
not
do.
just random. Hey, look at my fucking show.
I'll take one of those Subarus I got back there, right?
Yeah.
Make a fucking ramp.
I'm
on
listening.
the power line.
I'm listening.
And put the Kinda Right logo all over it.
Yep.
I'll jump that thing over like
Dude, you just gave me an idea. Keep
something.
going.
Jump it over something. I might not even be in it. Maybe I'll hook it up remotely.
I got to get a highlighter down here. Yep.
Go about 100 miles an hour, hit the fucking jump, get 3 million views on YouTube, and everybody knows it's
That's
from
what
the
I'm
Kinda
talking
Right
about.
guys.
Even though I'm also, that's the other thing, the YouTube thing, I'm struggling with that because as much of a pain in the ass it is, and it's an extra fucking almost 3 hours per show work, YouTube is not a bad place to have your show.
Well,
It's just extra work
I
because they don't have
believe-
the RS. You can't do the RSS thing.
this is how this works.
Yeah,
This is my understanding.
yeah.
And this goes back to when I started that website for the guitars,
Right.
which is still up, but I haven't done anything with it.
Has anyone visited it in a while?
People visit it still every month.
That's very cool. And what is that on? Where was that? What was that?
That was Site Build It is the name of the company, SBI. And
So someone does a Google search for some kind of whatever you put on there. You do this to fix your guitar or whatever.
it's electric guitar info with a dash in between .com.
He's such a psycho. He's such a psycho.
So
Here's a guy who never, ever, 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 ever touched an electric guitar.
right, and haven't touched
And
one
then
in a
he
while.
fucking had a website on how to fix shit.
Well, I kind of knew how to fix them
'Cause it was
Just
fun.
Don't know how to play them.
You had lighting for that
Okay.
too. Did you save all that lighting? We could use that in here for when we start video.
There's shit around here somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, baby. Go ahead. I'm all
what
over.
was
the
I
place.
Oh, one of the things they said is don't
Sorry, I
waste
call
your
him
money.
baby too. I know I call you baby. I
Don't
call you
waste
baby.
money. This is what they said on this. It's got to happen through. You have to be persistent, consistent, and you just have to let it happen organically. If it's any good,
I know,
and
and it is, but I'm
you have to
telling
believe that it's good, and then it's gonna two people are gonna sign up, and they're gonna tell somebody.
Listen,
They're going to tell 10 people, and out of those 10 people, one person is going to start listening. And they're going to tell 10 people, and then one person is going to start
it
listening.
also wouldn't help if it would help also if you, I don't know, fingered your dog live on the news. It would work. It would help promote the show.
I don't think
Follow
that,
what I'm saying?
I don't think that would help.
Well, I think you'd get
Something
a bump.
along that line.
You get 500,000 people in a day, and then nobody else. And then that's the problem with it.
But that counts.
No one care. Only people would care for about 15 minutes.
You think?
Yeah.
The whole 15 minutes of fame thing.
That's why you got to build it organically.
You think?
Slowly. That's why I said 2 years.
So you're probably saying, and which is what I told you, and independently, which was what I thought would happen. And you know what? if it doesn't happen for 2 years and we're having fun, we'll do it until one of us
Well,
broke.
I mean, if we got fucking 4 followers in 2 years,
yeah, we should
hang it up.
Although it's fun, it's still
It is
fun.
fun.
Yeah,
It's fun to do, but
isn't it fun, baby?
Yes, it's riveting.
well, I don't know if she's having fun watching 2 morons talk.
I'm pretty sure
But-
she's getting fed up.
What? Fed up with what?
No. Hey, look what she's doing. That's not fed up. So listen, we talked about. I got to put these back on because I've been in front of the microphone, but I haven't actually listened to the show for about 20 minutes.
Are we
That's
even
not good.
recording this?
Oh, we are. The guy who's engineering needs to have headphones on.
You're in charge.
So listen, back to the pills you take every day.
Yes.
Klonopin, Adderall, Zetia for cholesterol, Provocol,
For cholesterol.
Lexapro. Where else? What else we taking every day by prescription?
Oh, no, that's it.
Come on, you're
That's
a
it.
liar. You're a lying liar who lies a lot.
No, that's my.
No, that's
those
you.
are my prescription
All right,
ones.
so you take Klonopin.
Like your whole name.
So for your head, you take Klonopin and Lexapro. Adderall's not. That's technically not for your head, right?
No, that's for Adderall is speed.
All right, so if it's for your head, so you take.
Yeah, but Adderall's really like, say you don't
So you're
want
only
to do
taking
something.
five. You're only taking five medications a day. That's not bad for a fucking guy who's got an AARP card.
I don't know. 5 sounds like a
I
lot,
haven't got
doesn't it?
mine yet. No, it doesn't. Because I take.
Don't people that are 80 have like 5?
Yeah, I take 3, and I'm supposed to take like 5 or 6, but I only take 3.
I only have to take vitamins.
Are you off prescriptions now?
Yep.
Are the vitamins prescription level, or do you get them off the counter?
Counter. Oh,
So-
well, I did have to get 1 shot of a vitamin, which was
For a while
prescription.
there, you had like 9, 10, 11 fucking prescriptions. Does that mean we can throw all that shit out? There's a lot of shit still lurking around that. I mean, like anything
yeah.
that's an antibiotic, I keep.
They have prescription vitamins?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I was on
does that
prescription
come in
D
a,
for a while, but
Does that come in like
Only
a
'cause-
pill form or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're hyper. They're hype. You know,
It
the
was-
milligrams. It's just like
it's
when
50,000 units
listen.
of vitamin
It's
D.
just like when you take fucking. If you get
Weekly.
if you get ibuprofen, fucking at the store or in a fucking prescription.
Yeah.
The store they come in 200 milligram pills.
Yeah.
But you can get 600 milligram pills in a prescription.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like taking 3 of those.
Yeah.
So, but
Pretty much.
you're way off. Are you literally not taking any prescription medication
I
right
only
now?
take vitamins.
Well, what were you taking?
She used to take some shit.
Most of it was for migraines.
So you married Al and then everything's better.
No, because she had
no,
the
it's 'cause I
sleeve
had-
done.
Yeah, it's because I had surgery.
Oh, okay.
So what did you take
Yeah.
before you had surgery?
I had. Are you moving the dick closer to my face?
Cheers.
Like that. You're
Okay.
good.
Keep it going, Kat. I gotta pee.
All right. So I had.
Baby, talk about what you were taking up
I'm-
until the day of your
Okay.
operation.
So I was taking, like I said, most of it was migraines. It was Topamax and Effexor, and Imitrex wasn't every day. It was just when I needed it, and
Right.
then I had levothyroxine.
Which was what now?
That's for thyroid.
And you don't.
Hypothyroidism.
Was that the? That's not the only thyroid medication you ever took, was it? Or
Yep.
is it? You're
Yeah.
off that?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So,
That's it. It was mostly
baby, you had like
migraines.
fucking 9 pill bottles.
Oh,
what
I was
else
on
was all that shit?
Well, metformin for a while.
Oh,
I hate metformin.
is that because you were
Metformin is the
diabetic
fucking devil.
or
no.
pre-diabetic? Why
no,
were you on metformin?
Because I have high insulin.
Well, that makes you diabetic.
No, I was not diabetic because my sugar was fine.
Pre-diabetic?
No, my sugar was fine.
Wait a minute. So your insulin is low and
I
your
was
sugar is high?
Insulin resistant, which can cause diabetes, but no, I was not.
By the way,
diabetic
I
or
take
pre-diabetic.
metformin.
I know it sucks.
It doesn't bother me at all. The one that fucking bothers me is that
I
other
hate
one.
metformin with every fiber of my being.
What did it do to you?
Made me feel like shit.
Like awful. It took me a long time
Awful.
to get used to
Awful.
it. I'm supposed to
Awful.
take 2 of them a day, by the way. I don't
Awful.
always remember to take the one before bed. I don't always remember.
Awful.
Well, remember, same thing with me. right? Yeah, I felt awful.
Awful.
Yeah. It's evil. You know what, though? I think it works. I think if you manage to keep it in you.
Oh, yeah. If you want to be miserable for reasons other than fucking blood sugar, yes, it works.
Yeah.
But if you would rather be blood sugar miserable, which is not as bad, then no, it doesn't fucking work.
All right. So what else in recent memory, certainly since we've been together, did you take? This has got to be other fucking drugs.
No. The rest of it is vitamins.
Oh, prescribed vitamins.
You're talking about, no. I only ever had prescribed was vitamin D. The other ones are the ones that I had to start taking when I was getting ready for surgery. That's what all those pills are.
Okay, what were those then? Do you remember?
They're vitamins.
They were just vitamins?
Yeah.
Man, I swear
It's
to God,
'cause
she
they're
had
chewable.
15 fucking pill bottles.
It's
for a while.
because they're chewable.
Yeah.
So they're gigantic.
So would you say, I mean, I know the answer to this question, so because this will be tagged in tonight's podcast, is vertical sleeve
Vertical sleeve gastrectomy.
Okay, that's going to be a tag tonight. If you...
Now, she might want to
If you had
talk about this on radio.
Actually, she wants to talk about
I
it.
talk
That's why
about it
she's
all
here.
the time.
All right.
She has
I
a-
didn't come specifically to talk about it, but
you knew we were
inevitably,
going to get to it.
there
Now,
are
any
two
of these
things that are
pills,
gonna
like-
happen.
She has a nice Instagram following about her belly.
Yes.
So now, do any of these pills consist of like dried animal loads or anything?
No. So
Just checking.
listen.
There are two things that are going to come up with in every conversation that anybody has with me ever, just so that you know. It's going to be vertical sleeve gastrectomy and bra fitting.
I'm never going to come up with either of those when I talk.
By the way, she's the bra whisperer.
I mean, unless you
That's-
want to tell
You've
me
heard of the
about it.
horse whisperer or the dog whisperer? She is the bra whisperer.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
Robin Givens.
Quivers.
Uh,
You talking about Stern's
Yes.
sidekick? Quivers.
they had a bra lady on. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And like,
I told her about it. yeah.
apparently,
Yeah.
everyone is wearing the wrong size. bra.
Everybody's wearing the wrong size.
80% of women, actually.
So, do
And
you
I
know
lower
all
that
about
percentage
this shit?
every week. Yes, I do.
Because like, Robin wasn't a double D 54. She was like a trip.
I'm not even
H
joking. I literally, without measuring
36.
tape, bra fit my cousin in my sister's bedroom last night.
Without a measuring tape.
Without a measuring tape.
Oh, KK or the daughter?
KK.
So what's she?
She swore up and down that she was a 42C, and she was
Please.
So she was trying on clothes. She had a Christmas party to go to, so she
Yeah.
was trying on these dresses. She takes her shirt off, and she has her bra on. And
Oi.
well,
Nobody needs to see that.
listen. Be nice.
Go
okay?
ahead.
Maybe you need
Whatever.
the light just right.
You know what? I would throw it one right at her. You know it. Go
I
ahead.
hate to tell you that 95% of the women that I see with their tops off and only bras on,
Look
nobody
worse
needs,
than KK?
Nobody needs to see.
Yeah.
But we do it. And when I do it, and I do it correctly.
Anyway, let's
they
get back to
leave feeling
KK,
good. But
your
anyways.
cousin's tit.
So yeah, so she said she was 42C, which I knew was wrong.
Please.
She
She's
put
like
her arms up, her boobs falling out the
40
bottom.
triple
her
D.
strap is she was a 42D. She
Close.
was only off a little.
I said 40 triple D. It was 40 double D. That's
no.
pretty
They
it's
go
a
way down into the
42D. What are you?
alphabet.
Oh,
I
she's
said
42?
42D. 42D, not 40 triple D, not
That's a-
40 double D. She's
that's
a
a-
42.
That's a big
But
girl.
apparently
Joe.
there's
That's a lot of women.
there's-
right?
Motherfucker,
E's-
I was a 44D. You better watch your shit.
I know, but that's a big girl.
there were
You better watch your
E's,
shit.
F's, G's as far
Yes.
as bra sizes.
Yes,
There's
there
no
are.
F's.
There are.
Oh, are there?
They
There
go
are.
wait because
There.
Robin
when you're-
Quivers they gave her the right bra
Yeah.
and she was like
She's a G. I've heard her say it. She's a G.
And she had tit reduction and
Yeah.
grew them back.
Right, and that
and
happens a
she'd
lot.
never been comfortable with a bra on and finally somebody
44 double G. Oh, no, 44G.
so
44G.
there's
And
She's
now
not a
she's a
44.
38G.
Okay.
She's down to a 38G.
Okay.
She
All right,
only
then.
weighs like 150 pounds, but she's like built like a soup, she's built like that.
right.
Yeah.
She's also I think Robin's
60.
68 years old or something.
No, she's a year older than Howard. He was born in 1954. She was born in 1953. So she is 64.
So Howard's 63.
Yeah, he's going to be
9 years older than me.
He's going to turn in a couple weeks. Howard will be 64 because he was born in January of 1954.
Maybe Howard can get Matt Lauer's house cheap.
You know what? They're buddies too, by the way. They're pals.
They are. I heard that.
So
Maybe you told me that.
the whole pharmaceutical thing. So you're telling me right now,
Yes.
only prescribed medication you're on is Klonopin, Adderall, Zetia, Provocol, and Lexapro.
Yeah. Why do you keep going through this?
Because I'm interested in how other people are medicated. Because I'm medicated too. I'm just interested. That's all.
What are you trying to like blackmail me?
No, Joe. What the fuck?
How am I ever going to get a real job with all these drugs?
I haven't got into what you're taking that you're not prescribed for.
Well, they're little. They
Do you want
usually
to
come
talk
in.
about that?
They
This
usually
evening,
come
I'm
in
kinda right.
baggies.
Huh?
We're destroying reputations.
No.
Stay
No,
tuned.
you don't want to talk about that kind of stuff because someday your boss might hear this, or
Whoa.
I'm telling you right
you
now.
got to be careful.
I think they'd rather know than not know.
Well, if you're driving a truck for PA Landers, they don't want to know that you're showing up shit faced.
Well, yeah, or
Or on
smoked on Adderall.
or well, no Adderall.
You
at
want
least
another
you're alert.
story from the bedroom last night? My 2 cousins work at a daycare,
Her sister's bedroom, by the way. They were They were.
trying on the dresses for the Christmas show.
Go ahead.
We all know. Okay.
Okay.
So they both work at a daycare, and one of their coworkers, they work at 2 separate daycares, not the same daycare. So again, feels like I'm sucking a dick. Okay, I'm working
No,
on it.
well,
It's
you don't
just
have
a
to
little
lick it. Just
uncomfortable.
talk at it.
I didn't lick it. Okay. So they work at 2 separate daycares, and one of them was
Is
telling
anybody
a story.
raping the kids?
No, one of the girls got sent home from work because she smelled like liquor. She went to work drunk at the daycare. And got sent home. No,
Sounds like
neither
somebody.
good to be.
they sent her home and told her to brush her teeth and take a shower and be back in an hour.
Oh, you know what though?
Hey, you know what?
It's way better to smell like booze if you're working there than if you're picking a kid up. If you smell like booze and you're picking a kid up, you're pretty much guaranteed to fucking end
I
up
would
on the
think if you're
news.
drunk, you'd probably be better with the kids. You'd be less
I'm just saying.
apt to lose a fucking,
Listen.
bust a nut and go crazy.
in the
You
in the,
little rat fucking
in
bastard.
in the time of your life when you had a small child where it was both you and your ex and you rearing the child, if you were left alone with her, were you ever intoxicated?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. To my detriment.
I used to have her go get me beer.
Yeah, I taught my fucking kids how to get me beer at a real young age, like 2.
Anna was 5, 4.
Like Evan, a good year before he spoke, he was fetching me beer.
But Anna was such a,
So bad.
she just did so much stuff on her own. Being an only child.
One of my biggest regrets in life is there was a fucking we're talking my older daughter, my oldest child, my daughter. This is way before we moved to Carver. I was still living down in Cedarville. I can't remember. Anya went and did something fun for herself for the first time ever. My ex, like since the child. And I was in charge. It was a Saturday. And I was a busy motherfucker back then. I was working for Wayne and I was starting my own business. I was pretty fucking busy. There was never a Saturday where I was alone with the kid, the basic newborn. And we're talking 4, 5 months old, right? I haven't told this story yet, ever, to anybody. So I got the 4 or 5 month-year-old. Yep. Cool. I'm home for the weekend. She went and did something with her friends or somebody, right? First time she can do something and fucking she's just hoping Al comes through. You know what I mean? So I'm home. I'm not going to the vineyard I was working literally 7 days a week, 10 hours a day,
We get it. You worked.
Right.
On with the story.
So I'm with the 4-month-old.
Are you going to get through this before I fall off the chair?
Listen.
We're trying.
Fucking Dave, whose brother just died,
Mm-hmm.
and Wayne, our old boss / kind of friend, came over, and we were just celebrating landing a huge contract that was going to make Wayne a lot of money, but it was going to get me and Dave paid too, And we drank a couple bottles of booze. The baby's napping. I fed her, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, we got fucking violently shit-faced. Those two assholes drive home separately. Neither of them killed anybody, thank God.
Wow, what a lucky break.
Anya gets home.
Dave
I'm passed out in
drives
bed.
shit-faced.
I'm passed out in bed with the baby laying next
It's a
to
skill.
me. Fucking losing her fucking mind. Because, her diaper needed to be changed or something. And I'm just like, ugh. It's like 5 or 6 o'clock at night. Her mother gets home, and I'm fucking useless, passed out drunk. The baby's losing her fucking mind. I forget what my point was, but that's how bad a parent I was.
That doesn't make you a
Awful.
bad parent.
Awful. The first time I was left in charge of the baby, I fucking was so passed out I couldn't hear her fucking screaming. And
I'm
she-
shocked.
Huh?
I'm
Awful,
shocked.
right?
No.
I'm
It's
so
terrible.
surprised that would happen.
Chaining your kid to the lally column in the basement for 18 years that's a bad parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlene, I'd like to apologize, honey.
Your kids turned out okay.
And, in spite of me, frankly.
Yeah, but you have to understand, you're very hard on yourself. But
The
do you
only
know how many people abuse their children?
Listen, the only thing my kids got from me is fucking superior genetics. That's all they got from me. And that has nothing to do with me. That has to do with not even my parents. It's everyone before. My kids got superior genetics. And I'm lucky. They're fucked. The way they are.
So you
has
don't think
nothing
any
to
of
do
your
with me.
personality, your gentleness or anything rubbed off on your children?
I think their appreciation of the arts and
Your kid's playing bass now. You don't think that?
no,
For what-
that's a God-given talent.
Yeah,
it's
you
a
think he'd be
God-given
doing
talent.
that without you? No.
Yeah,
No, he wouldn't.
He might not have discovered it, but I'm
No.
telling you, he probably would have.
Look,
He might not have. Not a lot of people. There's people who go through their whole life and they don't discover that they have musical talent. He's lucky in that respect.
you know what Trump said in his book?
Go ahead.
There's 500 people out there that can sing just like Frank Sinatra in their garage. But unless you get out there and you do it, you're never going to be like Frank Sinatra.
That was very beautiful, Joe.
Did you like that?
I did.
Oh, it was Donald Trump said that.
Donald Trump is a genius, first of all.
Of course he is. And he's a genius for all the people going, ugh, we hate him.
By the way, he
became president
Yeah.
of the United States
Yeah.
by beating
Yeah.
the biggest lineup of Republicans,
ever.
beat them to death,
Right.
and then beat the shoe-in queen.
She wasn't a shoo-in. She was supposed to be a shoo-in 8 years previous. She was never a shoo-in.
Well, everybody thought she was a shoe-in.
How? She lost.
Well,
She lost the I mean, she was
they were
never
cracking
a
champagne bottles like at 8 o'clock.
on what night? Election night?
Election night.
No, they weren't. They
Yeah,
knew,
they were.
they knew when they woke up election morning they weren't winning.
That's not true.
It is true.
Oh,
baby.
no. They thought they were going to win.
You think she went to bed the night before election night thinking she was going to be president of the United
Absolutely.
States? Do you really?
Absolutely.
100%.
Do you think that John Kerry went to bed that night thinking he was going to be president?
No.
Do you think that?
John McCain? No.
How about Al Gore? Oh, John McCain might have.
No.
Do you think that Al
She
Gore
went-
did?
She went to bed thinking she was going to be president.
Yeah, she
Al
did.
Gore went to bed, right? Thinking he was going to be president.
Almost was.
By the way, Hillary got wiped out. I'm talking about wiped out. Electoral college wise, she got wiped out.
Couldn't happen to an more evil person.
Yeah. So how could they possibly have thought when they went to bed that night that they were going to? They must have
They
known.
thought they had it in the
Narcissism.
bag.
So
Narcissism.
what states did they not win? Did they think they were going to win? Certainly not Wisconsin, where she never went.
I think they thought they were going to win Wisconsin and Michigan.
Even though she never went there. That's why she didn't go there.
Exactly.
She didn't go there because it was. a
These were
shoo-in
all
that-
wild Obama states
Yeah.
before.
So the people who ran her campaign, are they fucking competent or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
They absolutely are incompetent by very definition, because this was her election to lose.
Yeah. I still don't think that. I still think that The previous election was hers to lose.
Doesn't matter
and
what
she
you
lost
think.
it.
This was her election to lose.
Yeah. And believe
telling
me,
you,
and believe me, I am the one who admitted when I went to bed the night before, I didn't think Trump was gonna win. I thought there was a chance, and I hoped.
I thought Hillary Clinton was going to be our president.
I did too. The night before I went to bed. Now all
and then
the
when
shit
you and I watched it
together,
I'm like, let's watch this and get drunk because it's going to be really depressing.
because that's what
watching
we
that
do
whole
all
win.
the time. We watch presidential elections.
Yeah, but
And I had to come
we
pick you
both
up.
thought she was going to win.
Yeah, when we woke up.
And when we started watching in the cabana,
Yeah. All right. So
It's
you're at where I was at. We're
Yeah.
like
I thought she was going to be fucking president.
We're like when he announced he's running, you're like, awesome, Donald Trump's going to be president. But the night before, I was like, fuck, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm
Yes.
wrong. I'm wrong. And then we were right,
Yes,
which is crazy. You know?
so like I said, I did say as soon as he said he was going to run, he's going to win. But
Me
I
too.
had serious doubts.
The night before.
It's just
Crazy,
like how because first of all, every news channel, whether it leans left or right, was saying it's over.
It's over, right?
It's fucking over.
Yeah. Man, that was a fun night, wasn't it?
Oh, watching her
What a
lose
fucking great night, man.
And all
What a
those
great
people
night to be an American.
in the Javits Center with the glass,
glass
ceiling, and
ceiling.
they're all fucking crying.
Fucking boobs and everything. It was awesome.
Oh, it's nothing better than that.
Fuck.
I really wish that anybody had snuck in a video camera to see what exactly she did when she was unable to be seen.
Oh, she must have been so violent.
I mean, apparently she literally got physically violent with her staff.
I know.
Physically, at the very least, throwing fucking highball glasses at them. You know what I mean? Or low ball glasses, whatever.
And
Bring.
What Trump saw and why they didn't see this, because I saw this, I understood the Trump voter was the person who is working, somebody in the Rust Belt who's just had, the whole area has been fucking dying for 50 years. It's been slowly dying, and whether it's the automobile industry, the steel industry, manufacturing, it's been dying in the United States.
By the way, the economy is stronger than ever.
And Trump went to those areas and said, we're bringing the fucking jobs back.
Right.
We're going to stop this craziness.
And he's doing it, by the way.
And this is a huge number of people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're not all white, but most of them are white.
And you know what?
And
a lot of them are union guys.
And guess what color
A
their
lot of them are
wives
union.
are? White. And guess who they voted for in 2008 and 2012?
Right.
Obama,
the president. Yeah.
So the Queen Bee, who took more money from Wall Street than anyone, figured she was in.
Yeah.
I changed my mind.
Wow. In the fucking span of a second and a half.
She's like, she's in. She's going to get those voters. Of course she is.
Right.
She's a lying, money-grubbing scumbag.
Yeah.
But she thinks she's going to get the same voters.
What she is a classic lawyer. She became a lawyer in the 70s. And
No, what she is a classic lying sack of shit.
yeah, she sucks.
And she lost because she couldn't see it. She couldn't see it, and none of her campaign people saw it. And that's what makes them
Again, that's how
horrible.
That's how weak the modern Democrat is. Are they called the Democrat Party or the Democratic Party?
I don't know.
Whatever the fuck they are. She is just a classic example of how out of touch they are.
She's a
Because
two-time
they
loser.
She's a two-time loser. Exactly. That's my point.
Well, they should have never run her again.
They should have never run her again. They thought she was the heir apparent. Then you know what?
Wasn't her turn.
They would have been better off
Running
nominating
Joe Biden.
Bernie. No, Biden. You know what? Biden probably might have beat fucking Trump. By the way,
I think Biden would have
because
beat Trump.
he's that moderate, and
Yes.
Trump's a moderate. People are
Biden
ready for moderates.
Also
after
understands
fucking-
what's
after
going on in these states
Yeah.
where people are hurting.
Biden is not a doddering old fool, by the way.
No, he's not.
Biden is
He says some
a good
stupid
guy.
things.
He said, you know what they
He's
all
a good dude.
That's because he's a good guy and he's a real guy, and good real guys fucking say stupid shit once in a while. All right.
Right.
He's not a polished fucking guy, and as we all know, my biggest fucking never mind dislike but hate in life is lifetime politicians, and he is one, but I'll give him a fucking pass because he's clearly good at it. Joe Biden, I'm not saying he'd be a great president, but he would have been a great candidate. He
Well,
would
and
have
his
been a great
first
candidate.
wife and children died in a car accident.
Yeah, well, you got to, you know.
When he was in his 20s.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
that's a horrible deal.
It is.
And he was able to bounce back and have another family.
yeah, I mean, and then he went through that whole. He actually was running
And then
for
it's-
president, and he fucking did the whole fucking plagiarism thing, and that fucked with him and all that. But guess what? Joe Biden is actually a really good guy, and he's a moderate. He's not
A little
fucking
bit of plagiarism isn't that big of a deal.
Listen, who hasn't plagiarized today? You know what I mean? I
Geniuses
plagiarized
steal, smart people borrow.
again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to throw this out before we get off the air,
We got to get off the air.
because we're almost there. We're doing good. So we were talking earlier about ideas for, and I'm. This is a legit idea. And we
I
can do-
hope Hillary Clinton fucking explodes, like some sort
like
of
Mr. Creosote at the end of
just
fucking
some
Meaning
sort of
Life.
fucking. She has a natural, some sort of chemical goes into her body, and she eats, and she has a spontaneous explosion.
By the way,
It just dies.
you're not high. I'm looking at my wife now. You're not highly political. You're really not. But you have, and I think that you are like a common sense moderate. But she leans a little right. She's common sense though, very smart. What do you think of Hillary Clinton?
She sucks.
Why does she suck?
So there's this whole thing about being a woman that other women like
Yeah.
and enjoy being around, and she's
Sure.
not.
Yeah. Do you think that there's any woman out there who you can think of? And I know you're not a political junkie like me and Joe, and you don't have to be a political junkie. But when you think about do you ever think about the possibility of a woman being president of the United States? Like
I mean,
Joe's blowing the
yes.
microphone.
Well, because that's yes. Well, it feels like I am also. So, anyways,
Yeah.
like no, I don't.
Does it bother you that women aren't considered, legit?
No.
So the whole woman thing didn't matter you with Hillary is what I'm really getting to.
No,
You're not like, it doesn't matter. She's a woman. You saw through her bullshit.
she's an idiot.
Yeah, she sucks. She sucks.
She's an idiot.
So do you think
She
that?
happens to be an idiot with a vagina,
But-
which there's a fucking thought right there.
Oh boy,
Ugh.
I'm pretty sure that half of the idiots on the planet have vaginas. By the way,
Anybody for some ravioli?
what does that mean? Ugh.
So
Smashed up ravioli.
All right, one last thought, Joe. Here, and I want to put this in your head. You know what? I'm talking about podcast promotion, and we haven't done much advertising. And I think,
But we should say that if anybody's listening to this, please tell a friend if you like it.
yeah. So, but as far as listen, we're not buying a billboard anywhere or anything.
And the name of the podcast
Although,
is kind of right.
I'm telling you, if we did buy a billboard, that would be good. But
There could be a car jump coming up for kind of right.
never mind a car jump. How about the demolition derby at the Marshfield Fair next summer? We'll buy a couple junkers,
Ooh.
take out all the windows, put the kind of right label on it, or just spray paint it. Who cares? Kind of right. We'll enter like 4 or 5 cars
No, you got to. It's not that. That's not going to.
for fun.
I won't attract you to. You got to do something where somebody almost dies, and then you get a lot of viewers on YouTube.
Yeah.
You
All
got to
right.
do something like illegal,
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what I'm talking about. I thought you
like
were
out on the
doing-
power lines,
Oh.
jump in a fucking car.
Never mind that. Fucking. How about in public?
Somebody got to get arrested.
We'll go to the Washington Street. We'll go to the George Washington Bridge that goes into Manhattan, out of Manhattan down into New Jersey, on I-95.
How about if we just bring a junk car and we stop it in the center of the fucking George Washington
you
Bridge and get
strip-
out and we run away?
That's what I'm saying. But you strip 100% naked. All right. and we just
I don't know if I'm up for this.
Spray paint kindofright.com up your fucking torso. And you get on all the news stations. You know what I mean?
I'll be in. How will I do kind of right from jail?
Nah, you won't go. Well, it'll be jail, but it'll only be a couple hours. Someone will bail us out.
A couple months.
Don't you still have friends in fucking New Jersey right over the fucking thing?
Yeah. They'll probably not. They wouldn't bail me out.
Anyway, we had a lot of fun tonight.
Yes, we did. Thank you,
Catherine
for coming by.
Capozzi, do you have anything to add, or do you want to ask a question, or do you have anything you need to get off your chest, or you want to address, or anything? You're here. You might as well do it now.
No.
Excellent. Thank you. My name is Al.
My name is Joe.
And we're going to see you tomorrow.
And
we're going to have another
although you're not going to know
tomorrow.
it's tomorrow, but it's going to be tomorrow.
The next broadcast
because you don't know what today
is a day later than today's broadcast.
Today is Saturday. Today's my niece's birthday. That's what today is.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Madison. 3 years old, right?
She's 3.
Yeah, and someone needs to give her underwear, by the way, for her fucking birthday.
Kid walks around in banshee mode.
Well, like all little people, they're weird with the whole undergarment, especially right around when they're really toilet trained.
Right.
They're not really sure. They're like, fuck it. What do I need underwear for? I'm not wearing a diaper. You know what I mean?
Right.
So anyway, I'm going to leave her birthday party last night, and fucking, I'm like,
you don't want to look at a 3-year-old's junk. Is that what you're saying?
Literally laying back on the love seat, and I'm like, "Bye, Madison. Happy birthday." And she's like, "Hey," and she fucking lifts her skirt, and she has no underwear. I'm like, "Hopefully, someone will give you some underwear for your birthday." And it was time to fucking go. Earlier that night too, her sister offered me coffee, and she goes, "Al, how do you take coffee?" I said, "Black, like I like my men."
Right. Like I like my microphone.
All right, I'm sorry. We got way off tangent. Anyway, I'm Al. That's Joe. That's
We're kind
Kat.
of right.
Kind of right.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Kind of right on SoundCloud, everybody. See you tomorrow, Joe.
Later.